Hello, everyone. Look, I didn't want to DM a bunch of half-bloods, but here the fuck we are. Welcome, everyone, to the pilot of the first episode, the first session of Dungeons and Demigods. Thank you to everyone who turned up. We did not expect this turnout. Oh my god. I'm so grateful to everyone for joining us on this marvelous adventure. So, hi. I'm the Chronic Wizard main. I made one of my prominent NPCs a sorceress just so I could play a spellcaster for 5 minutes. Maddie! And I will now introduce the rest of the scallywags present. The prompt is starting with, hi, I'm the person that, and then your name. We'll start with... We'll go in order of the screen. Diana, you're first.
Oh, man. Hi! I am the person who chronically plays a druid main and was determined to shoehorn that into this campaign somehow. I am Diana Faye, also known as Diana of the Rose.
Justin, you're up next.
Oh, wait, I have to say who I'm playing, don't I? Do we do that now? Or
We'll do that in a sec. Just introduce yourself.
Cool. Oh! That's me.
Okay, is it my turn now?
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Justin. I'll be playing Theo tonight, and I'm the person who, I guess, picked their username after their cranky dog, Freddy. That's me.
Kiki.
Hello, I am Kiki. You can find me all over the internet at Kiki Does Stuff or Kiki Do Stuff here on Twitch. I am the little girl who has such an unfortunate character that it has spread into my actual life just before starting this game.
Ree.
Oh no. Hi, I'm Ree, also known as Relentless on pretty much every platform I think that I'm on. I don't know which ones. And I'm the person who swears by D&D and then homebrews every single thing that they do.
Faye.
Hi, I'm the sole survivor of the party at the city liquor store of Hosmer, South Dakota. Faye!
And B.
In character.
Hi everyone, I'm B, Bendis DD on socials, and I'm the person who couldn't justify playing a warlock for this campaign, so I played a cleric instead, which is basically the same thing with a little bit more religious trauma. That's me.
Amazing. These are going to be our wonderful players. Thank you so much, guys, for doing this with me and playing pretend with me with our childhood book. I enjoy.
Yeah.
If it's not obvious, this campaign is heavily inspired by Percy Jackson and the Olympians by Uncle Rick Riordan, who we all adore. We're not associated with him in any way. We're just doing what we say in English lit classes, textual intervention. And just having a fun time with this and seeing how we can twist it and look at it through different perspectives, which is very, very fun. Before we start, just a few quick announcements, starting with safety. You'll see at the tippy top over here, we have a little command called content warnings. And that is just a little Google Doc that everyone can access that just includes some of the possible content warnings that could show up. We don't know if they will, but we like to keep you guys super duper safe. So please have a quick look at that if you would like. It is there for your usage, and we will update it throughout the campaign. So next up, we are going to tell you about the sponsor that we have for this week, Faye.
Hey, tell me your source. Where do you get your dice from?
You'll have to kill me before I betray my source!
Looks like I'm gonna have to pull out the big guns. Please? Please tell me?
Oh god. The magic word. I can't refuse politeness. Roll for advantage.
What'd you say? Sorry, didn't hear that.
Roll with advantage. Haven't you heard of them?
Yeah, I roll with advantage all the time.
No, wrong. I mean right, but wrong actually. I'm talking about the woman-owned, family-run small business roll with advantage. I'm talking exemplary dice for all your rolling needs. They come in soft, fuzzy bags with each purchased set of dice.
No,
Yes, and no drop shipping either. All their stock is at their Melbourne HQ.
I can't believe this insanity. Next, you'll say they're around nearly every day, all day long, to ensure that customers have the best possible shopping experience or something.
You took the words out of my mouth and put them in your mouth.
Well, I suppose you know what comes next, then.
Yes, I do.
The Percy Jackson inspired D&D game that we play in. They're waiting for us to finish the ad.
Let's get started.
Thank you so much, ladies.
Oh.
So yeah, thank you so much to Roll with Advantage for sponsoring today's session. I left a little link. You can see the command up the top there. Roll with Advantage makes truly gorgeous dice. A bunch of us have them. Like, are you kidding? Look at the sparkles. And this dice in particular infamously rolls me a lot of natural 20s. And considering they are sponsoring this episode, I will be using it tonight.
You guys have matching dice.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I hope it does the same
We
for me
have
too. That'd be great.
We have excellent taste.
Maybe it's like one side of the coin is good and one side of the coin is bad kind of thing.
I mean, it
no.
doesn't work when I
Perfectly
play.
balanced as all things
I think
should
it's
be.
only when I DM, so we'll see.
Oh no.
Rip.
But yeah, if you or your company would like to sponsor the show, shoot me an email. We'd love to work with you. But yeah, thank you so much for Roll with Advantage. We love you so much. Alrighty, with that said and done, I would like to welcome you all to the world of myth and gods. As you all may know, Greece is one of the most dangerous places to be a demigod. This is mainly due to the sheer copious amounts of ancient mythical powers that exist there. And it is very dangerous in particular for what you all are, demigods. One with a mortal parent and an immortal parent. So, when the gods were faced with the challenge of keeping their children long enough to become their little heroes, they decided to place them in a place which cannot be found, Aeaea, a mythical island created to cage a singular figure, Circe, and the gods cut her eternity of loneliness short in order to make her the head of the Hemetheos Nisos, or half-god island. This island became the home of demigods of Europe, a safe haven where they could live without the fear of the monsters that hunt them. Now, I start each of my sessions that I do with Greek mythology with a Homer quote, as in, you know that guy, the one that wrote the Iliad? And because there's a Homer quote for any situation, and the Homer quote for tonight is, "Few sons are like their fathers, most are worse, few better."
Oh, that's it?
Yep.
Jesus. What a
Dang.
vibes to say.
Oh, yo. We just got here.
Alright, ladies and gents, and none of you have got a prophecy to fulfill.
Yep.
We gotta be worse.
All right. You feel a great heat on your face, and you jolt sharply into awareness. Below you is a great bubbling pool of lava. Your skin should be roasting. You shouldn't be able to breathe, but you can, because this place is that which you govern. The last crackling white light falls from your hand and sinks into the magma, still flashing with unbridled power until its last moment. You feel a hand on your shoulder, firm and weighted. You turn to look behind you, but no one is there. A low voice rolls over your shoulders, the hairs on the back of your neck rising to attention. Your anger blinds you. Destruction proves nothing from the hands of an artist, a creator. You want so badly for him to be angry, to yell, to scream, but you only hear disappointment in his words. You do not realize what you have done, who you abandon. Pride is the death of us, my son. The hand tightens, and you're pushed over the edge. Where you expect a searing agony as your back parts the lava, instead you just feel cold. And the ghost of a memory passes over you, of peacock feathers, of falling from the clouds from unwanted hands, into the icy embrace of the sea. Your vision fades, and a slowly increasing white noise begins to fill and build in your inner ears. Suddenly and faster, it grows louder and louder. Your vision flashes white, and you hear a scream as lightning flashes down your spine. Monique, you wake up, sweat making your clothing cling to your body, breathing heavily. You've had demigod dreams before. First, when you were 10 years old, and you dreamed of a crackling forge and a man heaving a hammer down onto a glowing piece of metal. You saw towering waves threatening to swallow you, and a voice, both familiar and completely foreign, saying, "Swim, swim, swim," and then waking up falling into the middle of the ocean. Classic demigod stuff. But that was nearly a decade ago. Over a decade ago now. You know the kids who have these kinds of dreams. Can you describe to me what your character looks like in this moment, and also what your room looks like?
Monique's room is a very basic room, wooden floors and such, very sparsely decorated. You see it's mostly covered with tools and such, where she's trudged her way upstairs for maybe the first time in a week from the workroom, from her forge. As she doesn't spend that much time in the solace of her room, finding the forge itself more comforting. It has a couple, some old Polaroids and stuff that have been like just nailed into the wall instead of stuck up. She's just taken a nail and just put them in quite roughly. And a couple like hanging lanterns and such that she occasionally lights for comfort. She herself has a quite lean frame, yet very toned. You see that she has quite firm like traps and shoulders and arms. Her upper body is definitely very well developed from tremendous amounts of work in the forge. Across quite pale skin is a smattering of scars. You have some that look like they've come from the touch of a sword, some that look like spatters of oil where she's been hit by her own work, where fire has burned her just through the toil and labor. Especially up her face, you see a very large burn scar. She has quite creamy white hair that is shaved down at the sides and has like a curled tuft sort of thing down the middle. I think in this moment she would have woke up kind of almost like coated in sweat, like a loose tank top on, and some kind of like loose, almost tracksuit bottoms, as she kind of sits up in bed, a little shaken, but definitely not surprised or shocked given the history she's had with dreams and such as a demigod, and that she knows comes with the territory of her existence.
Amazing. As you step out of your apartment to face the new day, feeling a little worse for wear than you maybe normally would, the rest of Aeaea is open before you. The origins of how this island was formed is up to debate, but people usually guessed that there was some sort of solution, and they decided that this would probably be the easiest. They made one island, why make another? Just chuck them all on there. The actual island itself is covered in a mixture of flat pasture lands and a dense woodland of oak and beech trees. In the middle of the island is a set of high green hills and bluffs. The shacks for each godly parent lay spotted all around the coast of the island, connected by well-trodden dirt paths and strings of glowing lights. Each of the cabins are a larger set of apartments that house the over-18ers nearby. There's also a stadium for training and the occasional fight, an amphitheatre, an open cafeteria and kitchen, a large port full of sailing boats and fishing supplies, and farms and paddocks. Most of the buildings keep close to the shore in the open, apart from Cersei's villa. A big house of some kind that sits on the side of the largest hill, kind of on large stilts, with large balconies that circle the entire building so that anyone on there can see the entire camp and the sea beyond. A wooden staircase winds all the way to the entrance. Chiron says it's so they can see the entire camp, but most people think it's because it's kind of like so the demigods won't bother to go bother Cersei, and she enjoys kind of having a deterrent in the way, as it were. The island is occupied by a large community of nymphs and naiads who live under Cersei's care and amongst the campers. A group of about 20 satyrs who act as guidance counselors, and the security guards, the lazy sentinels who watch over the campers and love chin scratches, Joffrey and Archibald, a pair of fully grown lions. So that is Aeaea. Where are you going to go, Monique, on this first part of your day? Having seen what you have seen.
I think her first point of reference for having a vision, I think she's gone through the stage of going, I'll keep this to myself. She's in her late 20s now. She understands the call of this. If you let people know, they can help if something comes to pass. So she'd probably head straight to, I'm just thinking, would she go for Cersei, or would she go for a friend, really, first or foremost? She'd probably go for a friend, really. So she might either go and see the Aphrodite girlies, or maybe even potentially Tessa, or our favorite other Frenchie.
Alrighty, so as you start walking away, we will go over to Tessa. You wake from your nightmare, the same nightmare, to the sound of someone knocking very loudly at the door of your room. You take only a moment to gain your bearings before the knocking sounds again, even louder this time, with a garbled mess of angry French shouted out afterwards. Ouvrez la putain de porte! You don't really know what it means, but you suspect he's been there for a while. Will you describe to us what your character looks like, what your room looks like, and what you do in this situation?
Goodness, yeah, rising out of a bed where she didn't even bother to get underneath the sheets before passing out last night. She's currently rising from up to a seated position, letting go of the dagger that she has hidden underneath her pillow, and kind of like tussles her hair back into place. It's black hair, but with a very distinct shock of purple on one side, and still wearing this choker that she's never seen without this like black strip that has a purple sort of gem dangling off of it. And purple is definitely the vibe around here. She kind of glances around the room, and it's very full of purple flowers that are kind of hung up, drying against the walls and almost filling the ceiling. And then every spot within the room that could possibly be hit by sunlight through the window is taken up by just foliage and leaves and a weird amount of carnivorous plants that probably shouldn't exist in an indoor environment, but are somehow just thriving. She has humidifiers going, and some of them are currently running out of water, and she kind of rolls upright, kind of flattens out her shirt a little bit, laces up her boots, and definitely takes her time in doing so, trying her best to ignore the French.
Tessa!
She kind of like slides a couple extra knives into some sheaths along her thighs and in her boots, then just kind of like stands up a little bit, stretches, just does her best to enjoy her morning as long as she can. One sec.
Oh, you are awake.
Open the door.
Fucking. You open the door to reveal your friend, Sasha Boucher, who is currently looking very angry at you, and it suddenly hits you that you'd promised to walk him to his archery training that morning. And he currently has a large longbow kind of over his side with his arrow holder, whatever, quiver. Just says, "You promised to walk me. I have to teach the fucking 12-year-olds today because Chiron was mad at me. He's punishing me."
I'm unsurprised that Chiron is the only one punishing you, given all the shit you get up to. Why do you need a walk anyway?
Because I'm suffering, and you're my friend, and you care about me. And also, I
Well,
need
well,
someone to
that's
talk
true.
to. You can't have a conversation with a 12-year-old. They just ask you dumb questions. Like, oh, how do I aim? Point it at it. Fuck it.
Come on.
Okay.
Lead the way.
And the two of you begin walking down to the where archery is set up, and there is a gaggle of like 11 and 12-year-olds holding bows, having no idea what to do. And Monique, as you exit, you do notice the pair approaching the archery area.
She'll probably kind of like do a little kind of half jog to catch up, kind of wince a little bit at the sunlight, and is like, okay. And she'll kind of run a bit. Hello, Tess.
Hey.
Tessa. Sasha.
Cuckoo.
Hello. Tessa, are you busy, or are you?
Sasha looks back to the 12-year-olds who are just like up at him, and he just goes, 1 second. And he just walks up to them and goes, okay, you hold it like this, you bring it back up to your chin and you let go. See, watch this. And he, in one fluid movement, takes out an arrow, grabs it, pulls it, and just immediate bullseye and goes, like that, oui? Okay. And he takes out a cigarette, lights it, turns to you and goes, okay, go ahead.
Oh, you're just leaving them with that.
That'll be fine.
You're 12.
It's easy.
Okay. That's fine. So, I was just thinking that I had a terrible dream last night, so I thought I should share with you. It felt kind of like a vision in a sense, very dramatic.
Was it hot? Not that kind of hot, the other kind of hot.
Sasha grins. Do tell.
Yes, no, it was hot as in lava, fire, heat.
A lover?
Boring.
Lava?
Mm-hmm. Lava.
Oh, okay. White light, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Wonderful.
So,
I'm sorry, I'm
What's
not
that?
picking
What's
up what you are putting down. What do you do? And at that moment, a
it's-
small child runs up to him and just goes like, I'm sorry, we don't exactly know how to do, like, where do you land it? Because we just keep hitting the grass. And he's like, ugh. Okay, look at the target, okay? I want you to picture it is the person that you hate the very most and you want to kill them, okay? Go ahead. Anyway, sorry, explain?
you cannot say that to children. That cannot be the only instruction you give them.
They've all been through trauma. Move on. When does it get hot? Sorry.
So,
Was it one of the
was,
Aphrodite girls? It totally was, wasn't it? I know.
no, it was not. No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
It was not. We just said it was not hot in that way. It was not a CX dreamer.
There was a pit of lava. Someone watched us drop something in it and shoved us
Oh, you
in
had the
it.
same dream. It was a
Said
shared
something.
vision.
It was a shared goddamn vision. Do you know anyone else who had it?
No, you're the first people I've come out to speak to.
Speaking
Sasha doesn't
of,
sound familiar.
Flashcut, I realized I never described what Sasha looked like really quickly.
Oh my god.
Sasha is a boy, probably early 20s. He has like beautifully styled brown hair, kind of tan skin. He's from the south of France. He always looks very chic and put together, has like a kind of linen white shirt with some like some dress pants, but like one of those little scarves, because by the way guys, it's 2005. And is everyone's favorite son of Eros, the one of the only sons of Eros ever recorded, very similar to a certain someone in the group. But we're gonna flash over to Jezebel. You wake up with a sharp breath in, immediately inhaling a clover that had been tickling your nose. As you attempt to violently sneeze it out, the memories of your nightmare, the same nightmare, come crashing down on top of you. You feel your warm fuzzy pillows shift lazily, aka the 5 satyrs who are all curled up around you in the soft forest bed, fast asleep. Would you like to describe yourself and the night previously that had you ending up in this position?
Yes, I would. It's their own fault, really. They got the charcuterie board out before they actually got down to book club. So they got out the charcuterie board. It was obviously delicious, but then they went into a frenzy because what can you say? Jezebel is the daughter of Dionysus. Yeah, they never even got to the book, and maybe they were already just hungry because it was like a couple of hands holding an apple in there. It was crazy. Would love to read it one day. And Jezebel kind of wakes up in the morning because they fell asleep after like they ate the whole, like it was like an enormous charcuterie board too. So like, so they fell asleep just like out in the woods a little ways away. Jezebel kind of wakes up like amidst the alternating moss, and like in her sleep it seemed to like there are little curling grapevines that sort of braided and wove together, so she's kind of in like a grapevine sleeping bag. And she wakes up and scoots out, and Jezebel has somewhere between like chin length and like shoulder length hair. It's a little bit curly, and there's little like sections that are braided a little bit. It looks like maybe there's been a few times where she's gotten bored and a little hubristic and thought, I can cut my own hair with a dagger. I've never seen Mulan. But I remember that there's a part where she cuts her hair off with a sword, so I can probably do that too. So it's a bit choppy in little sections. And her makeup is very smudged, and it's like definitely like very smudgy, partly on purpose, but it's also like there's been so many times that she just falls asleep with her makeup on and then wakes up and smudges her eyes a bunch. So then she's like, well, I just gotta add a little more eyeliner, I guess, and then a little glitter, and then I'm good for the day.
It's 2005, baby.
It's 2005. Skins is definitely
Skincare
airy.
doesn't exist.
She's wearing like this like slightly lacy tank top. It's 2005. I don't think we've mentioned. And like a flannel, and then like some ripped up, like looks like maybe they were jeans at one point, but they're cut short to jean shorts. And no shoes. And she just sort of like sits up and is like, Tessa, okay. Let's see if breakfast is out yet. And she just sort of gets up and like leaves the satyrs, so they get up on their own. They're fine.
They're like kicking in their sleep as they dream of dancing.
Oh, God, did I just get an omen in my sleep? Oh, hell. Okay. Probably talk to someone about this. But I do want breakfast first, so we will get breakfast first.
But first,
goes on.
Breakfast.
But
At dawn,
first,
we eat
breakfast.
breakfast. You make your way out of the woods. You know these woods pretty well. You've galloped in them naked a couple of times, probably. You can't really remember, it's foggy. And head out into the main thoroughfare as the rest of Aeaea is beginning to wake up. And there are these kind of open table areas where people are eating breakfast. It's like a motel situation. Like breakfast is kind of open for like a number of hours, and people just kind of come and go. Dinner's usually the one where people actually sit down, and there's a designated time. And as you eat away your charcuterie hangover, we will go over to Ash. Ash, you wake up with a splitting migraine and a deep, gaping well of anxiety in your chest, perpetuated by this single idea that something isn't right, that something happened that was not meant to happen. And it fades, almost as soon as it came. Your breathing begins to even out, and white spots no longer obscure your vision. You remember that dream, and it felt very different to any other dream you've had. And you can't help but think, is this it? Will you describe to us what your character looks like and where they wake up?
Absolutely. So Ash is about 5'5". They have kind of blue-black hair, kind of swept to one side. It's not quite like shaved on one side, but like it's entirely swept over. The tips of her hair, of the hair, are like kind of white, which is strange, almost like they've been dyed, but it seems to be natural, which is a little strange. They currently, as they kind of wake up, are kind of just wearing a blue camp tee with kind of the Aeaea kind of design on it. It's a little faded, as if it might have worn for a long time. Their room that they wake up in is kind of void of a lot of things. It's relatively kind of empty and simplistic. There are a few kind of like camp supplies around, kind of a dresser, a little desk to work at. And then the only thing that kind of stands out is just a single poster of the Spice Girls, just on the wall. It seems relatively new, as if they may have only just discovered something new. But yeah, that's kind of the spaces they kind of like, they sit up, kind of just heavy breathing after this dream. And I think probably the first thing they would do, just kind of trying to rapidly like remember the dream, is first they would kind of go to their kind of bedside table and would immediately start trying to write it down so they don't forget what happened. And we kind of just make a note of it, of just the dream and kind of the voice they heard. I'm guessing they couldn't place the voice.
There are certainly context clues, but you could ask around. There are people in this place who specialize in this kind of thing.
Okay. Okay. As they kind of tend to do every morning, this is something they would do most mornings, maybe like once a week or every couple of days, depending on the week ahead. But specifically because of this dream coming now, they're gonna just take a moment to kind of just close their eyes and focus for a moment. And I would like to cast archery.
You may. First spell. First spell.
First spell.
Yeah. Just trying to get a beat on this dream and what it could mean, either positive, negative, or both.
You cast a spell, and almost immediately that feeling that you woke up with returns. There is an overwhelming amount of woe with this, but you do feel a glimmer of something, and you're not sure if it's from the augury or from yourself, because you know what these dreams mean and you've been waiting for this. And you know what you would sign up for.
Yeah, almost like there's a lot of whoa, but like that might be for a good reason for me. Yeah, I think they'll kind of sit with that for a moment, and then we'll kind of just get themselves ready for the day. We'll kind of get dressed, discarding their faded blue tee to go into their wardrobe to pull out yet another one. They have several. Their wardrobe mostly consists of a lot of like camp supplies. They don't really get too many things from the outside world. But yeah, they'll just kind of dress themselves for a day, and we'll grab their kind of leather jacket that they have and kind of just place that over, and we'll just take a look at themselves in the mirror as they kind of glance over their face. I didn't mention before, but they kind of have a spread of freckles across their nose, and they have 2 different colored eyes, as you may have noticed. One is blue and one is brown.
Amazing.
And then they'll just kind of head on out of their apartment and just head outside.
All right. Mila. You wake with a splitting migraine as your alarm clock rings off the shelf above you and lands with a sickening crack into your temple. The events of the night echo in your mind, and you slump back into your bed. And for a moment, you're at least thankful for the freshly washed sheets that you just changed last night, until you realize you may have chosen the worst day of the month to do so. Would you describe yourself, which is the worst luck imaginable, describe yourself and the room you were in and what you were doing in this moment?
Mila is a about 22-year-old female. She has this kind of light, warm tan skin, freckles all over her body. This kind of coppery red hair that's gotten a little bit darker as time has gone on without the sun, and seen one too many trips to Jezebel, who thought she could be the Midnight Barber with a dagger, which seems fairly adamant by the way her hair is cut. It looks like there may have been an attempt at A-style.
No, trust me, I've got this. This is different when I'm looking at another person's head.
Okay. It looks like it's supposed to be, you know, kind of layered shoulder length hair, but then now it's more like there's a wolf cut on accident, and it's not mixing well with the curly texture, and it's making a fluffy mess. Also, somehow there is just an entire section that is cut completely straight. I don't know how that happened. You know what? Just our luck. And she looks around, still grabbing her head, wincing in pain, and peeks open her eyes, which is one, this piercing icy blue, and another brown with small sections that are also that icy blue. And goes to lurch herself up and hits that same exact shelf that her alarm clock just fell off of, and falls back into the bed once again. Her room is mostly barren. It has what we call the landlord special, in which everything that can go wrong has gone wrong. It has been covered with a variety of 3 things: duct tape, paint, or just trying and giving up. There is a horseshoe that is above the door. Every time that she gets up, after finally realizing that, oh, that shelf might be a little too low, I'll fix it later, and then forgetting where she put the hammer, she'll go up and fix the horseshoe every day as it falls over upside down, and she puts it right back up. And runs over to the refrigerator in her room, which is barren, except for a cacophony of ice packs. This is not the first time that this has happened. It will not be the last. and then runs to the bathroom
Fair enough.
to take care of very necessary things.
Fair enough. Theo, you wake in your room and, like deja vu, you hear a soft knock at the door. Will you describe yourself and the room around you?
Yeah. Theo is going to probably he's always on the move, so he's probably in a hammock between the two tallest points in the cabin. And he is going to be wearing, probably at this point, this is the morning, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's probably gonna be wearing like the loudest Hawaiian shirt straight from Margaritaville, like right at the moment. And he's going to be dead asleep, and he's gonna think he saw something or hear a knock at the door. And then, can I roll stealth?
Yeah, what are you attempting to do?
I would like to go outside, but without anybody seeing me. You know, stealthily go outside to see who's knocking.
Yeah, you're, like climbing out the window, going around.
Yeah.
Type beat. Yeah, go for it. Roll me stealth. First roll. First roll. Let me.
Make it good.
What's stealth? Plus
This will set
7.
the vibe for the entire campaign.
Oh wait, whoa! This is a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure. Okay.
On the other side of the island, Silvery
this.
Farms,
You got
advantage.
this.
I got a 15 plus 7.
Way. A casual
Pretty
good.
22.
Nice.
Okay.
I started wrong, man.
You kind of like open the window, not making a squeak or a sound, like, and just immediately like slip out, coast around your little apartment to see Hugo Whitaker is standing at your door holding a muffin. This Hugo is a like thin person with that kind of wears like very oversized comfy clothes, like they could fall asleep in them at the drop of a hat if they needed to, in like shades of like dull blues, kind of overalls made of linen, very that. Was wearing Ugg boots. He has very pale skin and like eyes that are a little too big for his face, that are this navy blue, and he has heavy bags under his eyes that never seem to go away. He has longer, kind of just below his shoulders, curly, wavy brown hair with a kind of rough cut fringe as well, and he just has this soft smile on his face as he's holding this muffin, waiting very patiently.
I'm going to stealthily go behind him and just take his muffin.
Make a sleight of hand check for me.
You already know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I know.
That is another plus 7.
So
Jesus.
what'd you get?
That's a 12 plus 7.
Okay. Unfortunately, well, he might not have spotted you the
Catch me.
first time. Hugo's a very perceptive individual. And he, as you kind of like approach and reach for it, he, not even looking at you, just goes, "Oh, hello, Theo," and turns to you and hands you it.
Hugo, you dog, you dirty dog. Oh my gosh, you getting better at this. You know, okay. Next time I'm gonna go back inside and we're gonna try this again, right?
If that would make you more comfortable.
Yes, okay, ready? Let's try this again. I go back inside and I try it again.
He knocks again, looking confused but happy to be involved. Okay.
Okay. Can I roll stealth to do it again?
Yeah, sure.
That is
God.
a 17 plus 7.
So it's a 24.
God.
Yes.
He roll an insight check for me.
Oh gosh. Okay. Insight's plus 2. Oh gosh. Okay. Plus 2. I kid you not. That is another 17 plus 2. That's a 19.
Yeah.
I will take that.
He rolled very badly. You can tell he knows exactly where you are, but he's trying to pretend that he can't see you to make you feel better.
Okay. I take his muffin and I just stand beside him and I start
Oh!
look at the door. Who we waiting on?
You. You had a dream
Dang
last
it,
night.
you know, Hugo, you knew I had a dream?
Yes, I am the
You
child
came
of...
all this way to see little old me?
Yes.
Hugo, you are too sweet. You know, I was thinking the other day that maybe we can get matching shirts. You and me, you could just be as cool as me. How does that sound?
He looks down at the, like, Aeaea shirt that he's wearing underneath his overalls and looks kind of confused and then goes, and is just accepting it, goes, I think you should see Chiron. I was watching it with you.
Okay. Hugo, you are such a party pooper. That was a joke. We already have the same shirt on. Dang it. And I changed my shirt back to the Aeaea shirt
Oh.
instead of the margarita shirt. See? Get it? Because we both can't. Anyway, I'll explain on the way. You know,
Alright.
the recipe. Is it the same as last time? I feel like these are a
I've
little
improved
chewy.
it. I've improved it slightly.
Okay. And I toss him back his muffin.
He catches it. Do you not want it? It's got lavender in it. It helps with sleep.
Hugo, you know I always love a sweet treat, but you know, I have a bad feeling about today. I can just feel it in the air, feel it in the mist, the sand between your toes. Do you wear
It
shoes,
does make
Hugo?
sense. You had a rather awful premonition.
I've seen worse. I've seen way worse. One time
I don't
was
think
in
you
Ja-
have, actually.
Oh, it's bad? This is bad?
Yes. There is a certain type of dream that definitely presents itself as a sort of prophecy, a call to action, as it were.
A call to action. Ain't
I
that
actually
literary,
think
Hugo?
multiple
Jesus
people-
Christ. Oh my gosh.
I think multiple people had the same dream, but it just so happens that I was watching yours.
Wait, more than one person has the same dream as me?
Yes.
Here I am thinking I was
It's
original.
rather
Ugh.
impossible
Alright.
unless there is a godly presence involved.
Oh, the plot thickens, Hugo. This is gonna be so much fun. Can you believe it? Are you coming this time?
No, I can't. I have to stay here.
Hugo, one of these days I'm gonna get you out the house. I promise you that. Okay, you want any souvenirs? Any
Well, you don't know
cool
where you're going
things?
yet.
To-go boxes? Wait, you don't even know? Oh, this is bad. Like bad. Worse than the time. Well, you weren't
Well,
there because you were here.
We do
Never
know
mind.
where
Anyway.
you're going. You need to go to Delphi.
Ooh.
Come on.
Can I get some milk first? Maybe a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich. You guys have that here?
You've lived here.
Never
for
mind,
many
Hugo.
years,
And I just go.
Hugo follows after you. Hugo, being a child of Morpheus, the god of dreams, who has a very strange ability that he does not dream himself. He instead, completely out of his control, watches other people's dreams around him. He dreams in Greek mythology are sometimes used as prophecies, so he has become sort of the Rachel Elizabeth Dare of the island, in that he often is the first to notice when a quest has been called, and to see him knocking at your door usually means a very specific thing. So, all of you exist in your various sections of the camp. I think we'll take it back to Monique and Tessa as Sasha hears the recount of your dream, occasionally yells at some children, and just looks mildly perturbed and is like, I thought, you were done with quests or whatever, and you weren't ever going to go on
Done.
one.
No, I am done with the quest. If there are multiple people that have had the same dream, they can go.
Well, I mean, there's probably one more, 3, that whole thing.
Oh, yeah, not bad. Really. Yeah, maybe.
You should probably go talk to the centaur.
I don't. I'm. Must we? Alright, I will go. Tessa, come on. We should go and speak to Chiron.
Yeah, anything to get me away from
Don't
kids.
point it at.
Shoot
Put it
shit.
down! And he starts yelling at these children.
Go faster. I grab her arm and I like start walking past her.
Monique's just like looking back, and she's just like, "Oh,
It'll be
these
fine,
poor
it's fine.
children.
They can't hit anything, they can't hit each other.
They could hit Sasha."
That's probably good for him.
Truly.
That will
Ele.
be over.
So she'll just like kind of stride ahead, like with Tessa, like catch up to Tessa, and then start like actually walking. She, despite being on an island in Greece, has quite pale skin because she just stays inside a lot. Usually working, so she's not very used to like the more they're walking in the sun, she's just, you see her inching you from like shade to shade sort of thing as you are walking.
You stop pulling me.
I did not put any sunscreen on, and I will burn.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Well, I
you'll
mean-
burn.
Well, ironic, I know, given however, I have a tendency, my shoulders, they can get peely. It, you know, resistance to fire does not mean resistance to UV rays from the sun.
Uh-huh.
The Apollo kids are like
And you can see-
sunbaking outside the cabin, living their best lives.
Tessa just she doesn't like go around them at all, she just like steps over their legs on the way to the top.
Fair enough.
And then she does like the biggest eye roll, and her eyes are like this weirdly gray color, and her eye roll brings her entire face around with it, and it very much exposes that tattoo along her neck. It's got like a sort of vine pattern that disappears beneath her shirt.
So,
She'll just not say anything.
as you guys make your way towards the wooden staircase, you walk past the cafeteria where Jezebel is currently elbow deep in a full English, just halving, probably.
Big sunglasses
And
on.
you immediately notice Chiron is amongst these students in the cafeteria and is currently playing a game of chess with a satyr. And he is winning. He's winning.
Oh, classic mistake. Playing Chiron.
What would you two like to do?
I think Monique's gonna do that. You know that hovering people do, where they don't want to interrupt, but they want to interrupt, but they don't want to do that. So they do that kind of like weird kind of hovering thing, like close by, shifting from foot to foot.
Mm-hmm.
Tessa's meanwhile just gonna like step up and lean over, like towering over the satyr, and just go, move that knight out of there. Chiron, we need to talk.
As you guys approach, you see that he is like talking in low tones with this satyr, and among the things that he is saying, he's just going like, "Yes, we'll have to make moves. The storms are getting worse. Oh, yes. How can I help you too?" Chiron, of course, being the centaur trainer of all demigods, because yeah, he's in Camp Half-Blood, get over it. He's an immortal being. He's wherever demigods need to be. He can be in two places at once. He is special.
Like, my friend and I here are seeking a third. Had some dream troubles, rough night, things like that.
No, we are not. We are not looking for a third. We had a vision that we thought we should give to you, and you could decide what you do with it.
Yes, I was made aware of this by Hugo. He did not mention you two getting the dream. In fact, I believe he mentioned Ash and Theo.
To go anywhere. Parfait.
Sorry, there's 3 others?
Would I be able to listen?
Absolutely. You could hear them.
Excellent. One table over.
Right. Tell me again, what exactly happened in the stream?
Well, short version.
One moment.
We
He
were-
quickly, checks, finishes the game in like 2 moves, and then just goes like,
Isabel
jolly
blues.
good.
I just lean over to the stage. I'm like, I told you. We had this dream about standing near lava, pit of it. We were holding something white, blinded. Dropped it in. Heard something, in a very condescending voice, tell us about pride or some such thing. Throw a hand over our shoulder, shove us into lava. Although it was cold.
Jezebel raises her hand from the table behind them, and there was peacock feathers.
Yeah. A 6?
Wow, that's crazy.
I like you as well, huh?
Alright, I think we should head up to the villa and talk this through. He turns to the satyr and goes like, would you mind please collecting a Theo and Ash for me? Currently I think they're the only, and as he says that, Hugo and Theo walk up to meet the group, and Hugo kind of waves Chiron down and goes, oh no, sorry, I saw another. There was Mila as well. I think that brings us to 4 that I saw. And Chiron just says, make that 6.
Guten Morgen.
Have we like seen Jezebel around before? Are we like familiar?
Do
Yeah.
we know each other?
It's
You guys would know
Like
of
how?
each other, definitely.
Jezebel throws consistent parties on the island. They're not like ragers or anything, but it is the kind of place where there's like low lighting. You're meant to just kind of chill. There's usually maybe Sasha's around and is like sort of cupiding people, and
It's his workplace.
yeah.
He has clients. All right.
Sorry, it
Scratch
took me out
that.
so hard.
Whoever's not here, just grab. The satyr just goes, yeah, all right, and just like heads off. And Chiron just goes, oh, it's been a while. All right, and he just like begins walking up towards the staircase and heading up to Cersei's villa. Do you all follow? Those who are here.
Jezebel snags a ginger ale before she starts walking.
Oh, hello.
Can I poke Chiron on the shoulder?
You can.
Ask him a question before we go in.
It's a long trek up. There are many stairs. You absolutely can do so.
Can I ask you a question?
Of course.
It's really a good idea. I mean, good idea. Like really, 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 like really a good idea. And look back at the other people.
He puts a hand on your shoulder and just says like, of course it is. I have the utmost faith in all of you.
I don't know. I mean,
Mila and Ash.
It's kind of ironic. We're demigods. You have a lot of faith in a lot of people. It just doesn't happen a lot that 2 demigods that were born south of the Mason-Dixon line on the same quest. It just seems a little strange. I don't know. It just seems a little peculiar. You know. I don't know.
It is
What do you
always peculiar. Listen, when you've lived as long as I have, you learn to accept things, and there are no coincidences. It is all a working of the fates, I am sure.
All things are coincidences? All
Nothing-
things?
nothing
There's no
is
particular
coincidence.
peculiar things that's ever happened to you?
There are several. He
Can you name
he
one?
like 300 yards stairs for a second and then comes back.
Has more flashbacks.
Yeah, he's seen some shit.
I just slowly raise
he
a
just
single
like he
fist,
just
not even
is gonna
looking
like
to Theo.
walk over to Theo and just kind of like will put his hands on either one of his shoulders and just goes, Theo, listen to me. I need you to
Yes.
understand that
I'm
you
understanding.
will find it tremendously difficult to be as difficult as some of the heroes that I have trained in the past. You were doing marvelously. And he once again
Is
300
that
yards
supposed to be a
stairs.
compliment?
Yes. And he continues. We'll smash cut over to Mila and Ash. Split camera. As Aeaea kind of like runs over to you puffing. And it's like, gotta head up to the villa. Big man wants to speak to you. About dreams, prophecies, quests.
Oh, right. He knows about that too. I was literally just.
I'd
about to
move
tell
quickly,
you.
everyone's gonna find out really soon. A demigod expressed best messaging system in the world. And then he keeps running. Goes up to Milo, goes like, ow! Gay, keeps a 10-foot distance. You need to head up to the villa, speak to bye. And he immediately leaves.
Okay.
He trips on the
They
way
have
up.
more ice.
Mila, you had the same dream too?
Huh?
Yeah,
You had
guys are
dream?
together now.
Yeah.
Oh. I'm so sorry.
Why are you sorry?
Dreams aren't usually good things. If you had the dream I had,
Yeah.
I really hope you didn't. It was not good. Did
Well,
your
what was your
alarm?
dream?
Did your alarm fall on you too?
No. Although I don't think that was part of the dream.
It felt like it.
Did get pushed off a cliff into lava though, which sounds almost as bad.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, this is bad. This is bad. We did have the same
We
dream.
did have the same dream. Okay.
We should go. And she like holds out her arm to like kind of like lock it.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll just like put their arm through and
Little
just like as
besties.
they're walking, just be like, "You think it's a quest?"
Oh, I hope not. No, quests aren't good.
I
Do you
mean,
want it to be listen, if you want it to be a quest, by all means it should be a quest.
I know, but
um,
like if it's you and me, I mean, like that's great. I mean, there's not
Is
anyone else I'd rather go on a quest with.
oh no, like I would want to go on a quest with you. That would be wonderful. I just don't know if the quest is going to be safe for us specifically.
Look, it's fine. I'm sure whoever our third is will have it all figured out. We'll be fine. Like, we'll just talk to them, and like they probably know about us, but like it's fine. It's fine, okay? Everything's gonna be great.
I hope you're right.
We'll see.
Oh, unfortunately.
Mhm.
We'll make our way downtown. Really quick, Maddie.
Yes.
Because I see it a lot in chat. The inspiration, is it random or do they get to choose?
They get to
Ooh.
choose.
Okay.
I think there's a limit on how many times it can be like spent there.
Okay.
Actually, this is a good opportunity. How inspiration works with me is these guys get inspiration for whenever I want because I think it's fun. And inspiration stacks, so they can have multiple points of inspiration. They can gift it to other people and use as many as they would like, ever. It's very fun. It's like fun point times. We continue.
Yeah.
You guys head on up and see, kind of like halfway up the staircase, Chiron and a group of 4 other people are heading on up. And Chiron spots the 2 of you and waves. I live. They wait. You guys catch up. And he looks to the group of you all together. Yay! We did it.
And credits.
And credits.
And that's it.
You all make your way up to the villa. He pulls you into this sort of meeting room to the side. Still outside, there's kind of like deck chairs and like little tables. It's very cute. Just is for all of you to take your seats. And Hugo stands by his side. So, if it is my understanding, last night all of you had a dream. The same dream. All 6 of you. He kind of side-eyes Hugo, who just goes... Right, tell me again exactly what you saw. I have a feeling this might be bigger than we previously thought.
I think
What do
Monique's
you
like
all
at
do
the
at this
back of the
time?
crowd. Monique's like as far back from everyone as she can be. And like at the word, she's like, kind of just turning away, leaning against a wall, like, please.
Can I do something? I want to do something.
Do it.
Okay. Can I use my cloak of many fashions? And I want to stand next to Monique, and I want to wear the exact same outfit that she's wearing.
You do so. You rock up
A
the...
greasy tank top and tracksuit bottoms.
Like holes all over it from strangers.
This particular garment was actually a collab effort between a prominent child of Athena and a child of Hephaestus. You know, some weaving and a little bit of magic, you know?
Could I build on this joke?
Yeah.
I want to cast Disguise Self.
You
I
do
want to
so.
look like Monique. I want to look like I'm also wearing the same outfit.
You do so. Yeah, you waste that spell
She's-
slot. You
She's
better.
literally leaning against the wall, like fucking.
You don't even
she's
notice.
Already,
Like, you're just
she's
out.
already just trying so hard. She's like literally just losing it.
Chiron is
She's
pointedly...
not even like acknowledging.
Chiron is pointedly ignoring you, and Hugo's just looking at you two looking very confused.
Yes? Hugo? Can I help you?
Ginger ale?
I'm alright. Thank you for offering. If none of you recall,
Well,
you were
there
standing on the
was-
edge of a volcano.
Yes.
You dropped something that seemed to be sparkling into the lava, and then someone spoke to you, called you their son, and then pushed you in. Roundabout.
Yeah.
I
Sounds
saw
about
many
right.
last night.
Very much.
That one stuck out.
What other ones did you
I
see?
wonder why.
I think it's best to keep it private. You wouldn't want me going
You're
around
right.
telling people what you've been dreaming. And he's like looking at you with a knowing look, like he knows exactly what you dream
goes
about.
bright red and then just like,
So the dream. I'm sorry. I can't help but notice there's
and just like looks around, saying,
6 of us, but the dream was the same.
Yes.
So-
What?
Yes, it has never happened before. But I guess it is to be a sign of some kind.
I'm
Doubles.
kind of wondering if maybe the sort of situation here, because normally it's only 3 to a quest and there's 6 of us, so maybe 3 of the 6 of us volunteer, or maybe this is just sort of like, it's like being called for jury duty. Maybe you're not actually going on the quest, but you know, everybody's gotta be called, take some time out of their valuable day.
Oh, no, you all
some
must
of us
go.
going. Oh,
Oh.
Usually,
Oh.
only one
I
person
know.
receives the dream and then chooses the other 2. But considering all 6 of you got the dream, it is quite certain you all must go. What the dream, or at least your quest is exactly, we do not know, because you haven't seen the prophet yet. That's what
Can I
you do
stealth out the
first.
room? I'm gonna stealth away.
Can we not see the
One of the 3 Moniques disappeared.
Yeah.
Roll stealth against the 2 wisest motherfuckers in this room. I dare you.
oh my god.
I'm just gonna sneak out. Let's see. This is what is my stealth? +7. Okay. Jesus Christ. I literally rolled a natural 1. I kid you not. I will.
First
that
natural
is
one.
so-
One!
What the hell?
You go to step
What
and you
the
just
hell?
feel Chiron's eyes at you, and he just minutely shakes his head.
What the heck?
Get it out now. Get it
The
out
dice want to tell the story. That is weird. I'll send it
That
to
they
the
do.
Discord. That is crazy.
now.
Anyway, so go ahead.
Yes, as Hugo was saying, all of you must travel to Delphi to receive your prophecy. Your quest in its exact words. This was more so what was the term you used before? Call to action. Yes, that's marvelous. Call to action. And I, a older figure in your life, will present it to. Come on, hero's journey. Anyways, if you know, you know.
Shout out to all the English majors and all the
You know
literature
it.
majors. All of them.
So, I guess, you know, might as well leave this afternoon, so get packed, and, we will, I guess, meet you at the dock. Should we say 2
No.
p.m.?
No.
I'm sad. I'll just see you there.
Oh, no.
Does it have to be a call to action? Can it be a call to the nurse's office?
Oh,
Well, I
Mila,
suppose
are
I'll know
you
what I'm
alright?
packing now.
and he just kind of walks up to you, he's like, oh, shit. That's growing. That's, ooh.
Ooh.
I'm sure.
Perhaps, just make your way past the medical tent. Yes, they know you well. They'll have their box for you. They have a specific Tupperware container with all the stuff they keep just for her. They see her
Mila on
often.
it.
Yep.
In case of Mila break glass.
I live. Well, I'll give you all your time to get prepared, and then I guess it's up to you. You know, normally we have a whole spiel, but you're all adults. I'm sure you can figure it out. Right?
Oh, baby. Split, please.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, I'm sure some of you know each other, but I'm sure you will learn. But yes, we'll see you at the port. You can talk to Francis, and he will get you sorted with the ship. All right. We'll see you down there. And he just looks at you as if he's like waiting for you to leave.
Monique just turns and just very like sadly just starts trudging away back down.
Isabel peace sign still with sunglasses on. Bye.
Bye. And Jezebel, as all of you leave, you just see Chiron kind of moves over to his record player, and he takes out a record, and he puts it on, and you just hear.
Tell me what you want, what you really, really
Yeah,
want.
you do.
Tell me what you want, what you really, really
On
want.
repeat.
No, one.
Yeah, on repeat.
Oh, now I have
Yeah.
a bigger headache.
Spice Girls debut
Zig,
album.
zig, ah.
Spice.
Mhm.
Zig zig ah. What would you? Yeah, you. I guess make your way down.
Right.
I might want to stop and wait a little bit for Ash to catch up, just to talk to them.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, so big break, huh? For you?
Yeah, apparently so. A little strange that there's 6 of us. I was a little worried for a second there. This was the pool thing again. I was, so close but so far sort of thing. But seems like we're all going, which is unusual. I don't know how that's gonna go. I did.
We'll kind of just like look
But-
around.
but-
Is anyone else kind of like here right now, or is
Listen.
it just the 2 of us?
As you, well, I will say, like, as you guys are heading down, because like I said, when you are up on these decks, you can see the entirety of the camp. Cersei placed her villa there for a very specific reason. And as you guys are walking down, you do see that there is a small crowd forming. The demigod network works fast.
I want to
Sasha.
say as we're walking, as we're walking down of just being like, well, you know, a great thing about this. Cressida's going to shit her pants about it.
Oh yeah, she's gonna be so mad.
She's going to be pissed as hell.
Truly.
6, and she's not one of them.
Yeah. Well, guess she'll get to be the one left behind this
I
time.
think as you look out, her jacket is very easy to spot. It's bright red. You notice a pair of women are standing amongst the crowd, slightly off to the side, watching you very carefully. One of them, Cressida, is she is English, born in England, Pakistani family. She's got like brown skin, this beautiful long dark black hair that she has braided away from her face. She's very like classic early 2000s. She's got like the kind of like low-waisted jeans. They're a little bit bedazzled, but in a cute way. And then like a little white shirt, and she wears this kind of like cropped red leather jacket and has a pretty frightening looking large crossbow on her back. She is a child of Apollo, and you see she has her arms crossed and looks fucking furious. And next to her is another woman, she English as well, she's black, she has like this beautiful long braids that kind of end and are braided into like a bright magenta. She retired and she found herself and like wants something new and different that's kind of half tied up away from her face. She is looks very strong, stocky, and is dressed in this kind of like kind of loose fitting but in a cool way cargo pants and a kind of military style jacket. Most people, when they would first see Shannon Secker, would assume from like the getup that she's probably a child of Ares, but she's not. Her grey eyes watch you all very carefully from her mother, Athena. Cressida and Shannon are 2/3 of what could be referred to as the golden trio of your generation. The ones who have done the quests past. The Percy, Annabeth, and Grover, they've saved the world many times, and now all in their mid-20s have retired. They all watch you. They both watch you, Shannon, very carefully tracking all 6 of you as you make your way down.
I blow a kiss.
Mom's literally avoiding eye contact with everyone.
Shannon
Making
smiles
hard eye
and
contact with
approaches you,
everyone.
kind of like meets you at the bottom of the stairs and goes, "Hi, I heard the good news. Congratulations."
Thanks. We might die, but hey.
Oh, it's
It's
what you sign up for.
fine.
I'm sure you'll be absolutely fine. Listen, if you need any tips, tricks at all, I know it's been a while since you've left, please ask me for any help whatsoever. And you know, considering who your quest involves, I really think you guys are probably perfect for the jobs, you know, people that can empathize, if that makes sense. But I think you're going to be great, and yeah, let me know if you need anything. I'm more than happy to help. And she smiles at you and goes to walk away.
Can I do an insight check on
I
that?
also insight
Yeah,
check
of
that,
course.
like,
Yeah.
Go for it. What would you
I'm
like
so
to know?
sus of that.
I'd like to know if she is being sincere or
Yeah.
if this is actually backhanded.
Mhm.
Preying on
Go
our
ahead.
downfall.
Yeah.
That's an 18.
Yeah, she is absolutely being underhanded. This
Wow.
person,
Alright.
that's
I
how
can't-
she is. That's how she speaks constantly. You can tell that she found out as much information as she could and knows more than you do, and is definitely hiding a dig with a compliment, which she does often. She's well versed in psychological warfare.
Oh yes.
Mm.
And Jezebel is well versed in underhanded and playing dirty. So as she walks away, Jezebel just goes, Well, I think I'll look for someone with better advice on how to keep their teammates alive.
She pauses. And immediately, like, she, like, turns back to you and just looks, like, done. And goes to... Let me check something real quick. What's your AC?
11.
Alright. Give me a sec.
Oh
God. Seeing her like walking over, can I very just
Oh,
gently
Jesus.
place my
Alright.
hand
So,
on
out of nowhere, you see Cressida walk up to you and immediately go to punch you in the face. And right as it's about to connect, like a whip, Shannon catches it and like moves it to twist it out of the way. Like 1 second it was coming at you and like almost to the side like lightning, she just caught it. She knows her friend very well. And she goes, "It's not a very nice thing to say. And, you know."
I'm just being honest. At least I say what I mean.
She doesn't say anything.
I'm not.
She doesn't say anything
All
at
right.
all. But
Good
she
game of
glances.
chess.
She
See you later.
glances quickly at Thea, and then she glances at Monique. She smiles, and tugs Cressida away. Cressida's like a fucking like, let me out! Except she's quite posh. She just goes, let me at them! You fucking.
Monique, like, as she's, like, kind of sidling past the group to start, like, going over to her thing, like, as she goes past Jezebel, she'll say,
those sorts of comments, maybe keep them to yourself, huh? You don't know who you could offend with that sort of speak. They aren't the only people who have lost others.
and then Monique will then walk off.
Yeah.
She does.
Jezebel does feel bad. Jezebel definitely got caught up in the moment of like, stop insinuating we're not up to the task. You fucked up too. Got caught up in that. Jezebel gets a little quieter.
Astral just like place her hand on her shoulder and be like, hey, you didn't mean it. It's okay.
You're going on a quest? Why? Why is everyone telling me that you're going on a quest? You said you were never going to go on a quest. Sasha approaches Tessa directly.
Oh.
Sorry, aren't you supposed to be taking care of some 12-year-olds?
They'll be fine. This was more
Wait,
important. When the satyrs are watching, it's fine. What the
Yep,
fuck?
Quest. I know.
Since when do you get quests?
Since never.
I sought the whole point, you know.
Yep.
Stay
Yeah,
ignored,
don't
club.
remind me.
Are you
I
going?
can't really ignore a dream.
Yes, you can.
I
You
just
just
have to-
forget about it and keep walking.
Can I insight check Sasha to see why he cares so much?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh man. Oh boy. 17.
Yeah, he wrote shit. He feels that kind of like really what's the word I'm looking for? Like it doesn't make sense and he knows it doesn't make sense and he knows he's being ridiculous, but that kind of like weird feeling of betrayal. Like you guys had an understanding and and now he feels very alone in his situation and he knows that by feeling that way is like not correct and he knows it's wrong, but it's just instinct and he's lashing out because of it. He's always been a person who wears his emotions on his sleeve. That's his grandfather. His grandfather's influence stays strong in this one.
Sasha, we're just gonna go talk to we're heading to Delphi. We'll be back. Can't leave without our shit, so we'll touch base then. I don't know what's happening. I don't know who it involves. Nothing's been set in stone.
Okay. When are
Hey.
you leaving?
I don't know. For Delphi?
Yes.
A couple minutes.
I'll
I'm
see you
not
off
gonna-
or whatever. And he just kind of stomps off.
I'll just watch him walk off.
As he kind of like rounds a corner, you just kind of see him slump into himself and he crosses his arms over and heads back to his apartment.
Can I do something?
Yeah, of course.
Can
Rogue shit.
I?
The rogue. Can I do something? Yeah.
Can I find Mila?
Yeah, of course. Mila, are you still within the crowd?
Mila started heading over to the medical tent because this thing needs to be taken care of, and we need the hands of Apollo to help.
Yeah, you heard her talk about going to the tent, so I'm sure you know where she's heading.
I'll just wait till she gets to the tent so it doesn't look like I'm following her. Yeah, but
In the shadows.
I still follow her. And I just kind of tap her on the shoulder. Like, you good?
Yeah, you scared me just now. Hi.
That happens a lot these days. My bad. I just want to double check. Are you actually going on this quest?
She looks distraught at the idea, and you know that you've hung out with her enough. You understand that lingering feeling of guilt that still seems to be around her whenever the mention of a quest is brought up. I don't. I think we have to, but I'm worried.
It's okay. You can go. I can stay. You know me. I can always find some kind of trouble to get into. But I just don't want you to be scared going with me.
Why would I be scared going with you?
I feel like I'm not that lucky of a guy like you are, you know?
I think Mila just kind of like takes her hand in a very friendly way. She's very physical touch when people are around her. And just kind of like holds it like this. She goes, "It was an accident. It's fine. It's not your fault."
But if you feel scared around me, or
No.
you know I wouldn't hurt you, but you know, I know what they say.
They're going to talk whatever they speak, so there's no stopping it. Let them speak. But you and I know. I was there. You're one of my closest friends, Theo. I would not change you being here for the world.
Ain't that something? I want to walk away.
Cool.
She just kind of like puts his hand down and then
Before
jumps into
we
the tent.
cut to the port, in like an hour or so, is there anything anyone else would like to do?
Can I pickpocket Tess?
Try.
You can certainly try. Tessa, where are you? Where are you heading? Where are you going? What's going? Are you just gonna try and like track her down? Like, what's happening?
Chaos of this.
I want to see if I can get a dagger.
Which one?
Any of them. Just to
Fair enough.
see what happens.
I'll say like, yeah, when things are collected and maybe you guys are heading back down, perhaps you try and settle. Okay, let's say are you trying to do the I'm talking to you and slip it, or the you're trying not to be seen at all and you want it to completely disappear?
I want to take it and then be like, Miss, you dropped something.
All right.
Passive or active?
I'm gonna say active, just because there's a lot happening. Tessa, give me a perception check. Thea, I'm gonna say, because you're trying not to be seen coming up as well, give me a stealth and a sleight of hand check, and we'll see what happens. Yeah,
Stealth
we'll
plus,
see that.
they're both +7. All right. Let's see. This is for stealth. Okay, that's an 8 + 7, 15.
15, and then sleight of hand.
22%, just to give you a little.
Tessa, you
Oh, shit.
notice Theo kind of like moving in a way, kind of keeping low, and is like approaching you. You see him from a little bit off.
Cool. I'm going to prepare a cantrip.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Sure. What cantrip?
It's going to be, and I'm just holding it.
Yeah.
Primal Savagery.
Alrighty.
PvP session 1.
give me that sleight of hand check as you attempt to grab this dagger. Just to see how dexterous to get a
That is an 18 + 7.
Oh Jesus. 25.
I should
Alright.
clap for that.
I'll say, yeah, Dana, describe what Tessa does when she sees the approach, and I'll lay out.
She would just kind of see it out of the corner of her eye, not turn her head, but anyone who's in front of her looking back would be able to see her eyes just kind of roll around a little bit, head unmoving, and she would just, anyone who has a perception above a 12 would be able to notice that her purple fingernails, which are already sharpened into that sort of like spiky type shape, grow a little bit longer. And that's about it.
Yeah, you notice him and you see him coming up, but Theo just manages to like quickly swipe it before you can truly react, but you see him doing it. But Theo, you have the dagger in your hand.
You dropped this.
Did I?
I'm sure you did. You know, I just wanted to introduce myself.
Tessa. And you see the claws haven't receded.
I shake the hand. Your dagger?
Thank you.
Where
If
you
you
from?
need one, you can ask. The South.
Mm-hmm. Insight check. Can I insight check that?
Yeah. Tessa, roll either a persuasion or deception. You don't need to tell us what, just tell us the result.
Got it. It is a 3.
What'd you roll for insight?
Let's see. Insight.
What are you trying to incite
+2.
if her accent's fake?
Just to see if listen, the accent's fake, whether or not Tessa's fake. It's that's a Diana thing.
Theo would like to know if Theo wants to know if we are both stateside people. Like, what's the reasoning behind us not talking to each other until now? That's why I want to insight.
What do you think Theo gleans from just taking a quick look at you and hearing you say where you're from? You can give as much information as you're willing.
It's very easy to tell that Tessa's not lying to you. Her posture isn't relaxed at all since you just stole from her and she's very aware of that. But in her tone and things like that, you can tell she's not lying. She is from the South, she's from the States. But there's a difference between where she's from and where she calls home. And that's what catches your perception a little bit. And she's currently just kind of still holding the dagger and at this point holding it by the blade and sticking it out towards you. And she goes, how about you?
I'm from Texas.
Condolences.
Take offense to that?
Yeah, you would.
Excuse me? Look, Look who's talking. You know what? I'm going to try and I'm gonna take my cloak of many fashions and I'm gonna dress like Tessa. Man, look at me, I'm Tessa. I'm so cool, so many daggers. Here. You know?
I do like the image of Theo in like a little black crop top and like ripped high-waisted jeans.
Choker and like a leather jacket.
It's a little slay, I will say.
I was
The
gonna say,
midriff.
if you want the dagger for those empty sheaths of yours, you can keep it.
I got plenty at home.
Just slide it back into its sheath. Just give a courteous nod, and with your insight check, you'd be able to tell it is no offense meant. She doesn't have a sense of southern hospitality or anything like that. No fakeness behind her accent, but
We've seen it.
she's also just not interested at this time. Just continues walking.
I stay in the same spot and I just make sure that she goes where she's actually going. That's all.
Cool. Would anyone else like to do anything before approaching the port?
I would. You can go first.
No, go ahead, you go ahead.
I think Jezebel just wants to head over to the Hephaestus cabin and, like, say hi to Quinn and, like, check in with them before they go off because Jezebel doesn't have a lot of other friends and Ash is already coming along.
Fair enough. Quinn is about 12, and they are a child of Hermes, but many people forget that part because they are never seen away from the Hephaestus forges. They are currently bent over into a barrel. They're just like lower half dangling as you hear like the sound of something getting like snapped into place, screws being I can't build. I don't know these things.
I think Jezebel sees Quinn half in, half out, and just out loud goes, and they were found cut in half, completely clean, just dead. We never knew what happened to Quinn.
Hi, Jezebel! I'm finishing something. Give me a sec.
All right, don't take too long.
Don't step on anything. She will blow.
That's a good incentive.
Okay. We're good. Probably. So,
All right.
here you're going on a quest. That's cool.
Oh, okay. Good. You heard as well.
Everyone did.
Just want. Excellent. There goes the alternate plan of just hiding and barricading myself in mine apartment. Well,
Why? Don't
I
you want to
just
go
want-
on the quest? Isn't that like the whole point?
Another just measuring contest between demigods.
I never know
that's
what
at
you're
least
referring to when
that's
you
at least-
say that. You say it all the
And
time.
you know what? I think it's another year before you figure it out.
Ugh. Fine.
I just wanted to know if you'd be alright. I mean, you will, but just wanted to check in, see if there were any gadgets maybe you wanted to... Maybe you weren't hoping that I was going to die out in the world.
Yeah, let me look. And you see
Yes.
there is like 3 cardboard boxes, and they are labeled not tested, 1 test, 2 tests, in brackets maybe. And he starts looking through the 2 tests maybe thing. And goes like,
I'm
"Ah."
trying to remember what the phone was that had the keyboard built in.
Oh,
Like, hands me
Blackberry?
Blackberry hands me a Blackberry.
He's just like moving through, and he goes like, right, do you want something I've built or something I have discovered?
You know what? Surprise me.
Okay. And he goes through, and you see there's like a pile of broken bits of some sort of small robots. You're not really sure what they could have been, but they're waiting to be put back together. And he is going through and he just goes, okay, I have something that is going to get you through this whole quest. And he takes out a Walkman. One of the ones where you put the CD in it and some little headphones that
Walk me through it.
Okay,
They do
so
that.
basically how it's gonna work. Don't do that.
Okay.
Yeah, he says this. Basically how it's gonna work is you put a CD in it and then you can listen to it, so you will never be without the sweet dulcet tones of the Spice Girls. By the way, did you know that a year ago Chiron asked me for a record of the Spice Girls? It took me until now to finally get it for him. Turns out I had to get it like commissioned and stuff when I went home, but I got it to him. He was very surprised.
That's wonderful. You
Yeah.
know, maybe
I also
he's
have
just
Kelly
he's just
Clarkson
baiting.
and Mariah Carey.
Could I have both, or would you just want to lend me one since I might not come back?
You know what? Take them.
If
Bring them back.
If I don't come
but
back,
just
I will
Don't get them
I will remind
scratched.
my quest mates. I will remind my quest mates that if I die, they need to take this back.
I would so appreciate that. But yeah. Oh, and he then brings out and he's holding it like it's the Holy Grail. And it's one of those like hot mix where it's just a bunch of songs that were popular in summer of 2004.
Yes!
And he holds it and goes, this is my prized possession, but you know, it's not doing me any good. And when you are in the jaws of a terrifying monster, I want you to be listening to this. And he hands it to you. And it takes a second to let go, but he does.
Thank you. I know, you know, I thought the proudest I was ever going to be of you was when you figured out how to make that TV work here, like 2 weeks ago when we managed to get just the one channel in, which honestly, I mean, I haven't watched much TV, so who knows how good the CW really is.
Who knows?
But-
I hear they're starting on this new television show, right? I've heard
Oh,
whispers.
I caught the pilot of that the other day. This show is going to be so good.
I feel like,
I cannot wait
you
for these
know,
two boys to find their father.
Monster Hunters. I feel like it could go on forever. They've got so much
Honestly,
to work with.
I don't think the quality is going to drop. I think it's just
No.
going to keep going
Yeah.
better and better.
Absolutely. And I feel like it's going to age really well too.
Oh,
I'm so,
I love that you
Jezebel,
put.
you and I,
I love that you put "Carry On, My Wayward Son" as the first song on this mix. I think that's meant to be.
It is. It is. Have a good trip. Don't die.
I like reach behind them to like get something and like just like hug them slightly, and I'm like, oh, I'll just take this one gear. I need this, and I'll see you. I'll see you again.
Yeah. Unless you die.
Yes, that's true. But I'll figure out a way to haunt your dreams. I'll ask Hugo.
That's true.
You ask Hugo.
I should
Still-
probably say goodbye to my brother. Can you say goodbye to Theo, please? I
Yes.
need to keep near this in case it explodes.
Is there any special way I can is there any topic that can give me an in to talking to Theo? Like, I'm a little nervous. Just getting to know so many people. Usually when people come to my parties, they are here to talk to someone else, and I can just sit in the room and listen to everything going on and not involve myself. So actually being involved in a group of people is a little bit intimidating.
Honestly, he'll talk to you first. What you'll struggle with
Excellent.
is to stop him from doing that. So you'll be just fine. Don't worry. Or but
Excellent.
also keep things. You know, have you got one of them money belts? You should invest. If
I don't have
we're-
any money.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough. Okay,
Can't
bye.
rob me if I have nothing.
Okay.
Bye.
Oh, it's beeping. And he like goes in.
Oh. Walk a little faster.
Run. Kiki?
Yeah. Mila is going to grab her stuff from her apartment, and then make her way out into the wilderness, so that she can go and say goodbye to Joffrey, the lion, whom she loves very much.
Joffrey, you find lounging on a rock, sunbaking. Though you see very close by, he's right next to the gaggle of 12 to 13-year-olds who have been left with bows and sharp arrows to themselves.
Oh, no.
And he seems to be just lazily watching them, keeping an eye, making sure they're safe. But he
How
notices you
far are
and he
the
goes,
kids?
most of them are just kind of like sitting in the grass and talking at this point. And
Okay.
some of them are just kind of sticking the arrows into the grass and like.
As long as they're unarmed before I get too close. Mila's gonna kind of go over and just be like, "Hey, buddy," and give him the little. Take my hands and just get a handful of lion head. And
He
give him
like
scritchies.
drops his weight into you and immediately you're like,
Oh.
whoa. And as
And
you
then
go,
it's
you
heavier than I
feel
remember.
this rumble that like cascades through your entire body as he purrs.
Aw, she gives him the good scritchies under the chin.
He does
In the
kitty
mane.
biscuits into the dirt.
Big pets. Ah, he's such a good boy.
And he like
Um,
licks your arm and you feel all of the dead skin that was once there has been completely exfoliated off. And it's slightly red.
Aw, thank you for the skincare. She just kind of like gives him a big hug around the neck, and it's just like, I'm going to be gone for a while, and I don't know if I'm coming back. So, I just want to say thank you for being so good and being a friend when there weren't many. And gives him the best scritchies.
He chuffs a little bit and just, doesn't pull away until you do. You
She
see
holds on a
that
little
his
bit longer than
mane is
usual.
big and long, and there are a couple of sections that look like they've been braided by people, and there are ribbons that have been tied into his hair.
And then she gives him like one final good scritch on the head, and then goes to find herself a little quiet space in the area, but away from the children. And pulls
As you
out
leave, you
several
see
items.
one of the kids has like got a bow and he's kind of waving it around, and the lion just kind of
No.
gets up and slowly, and then just kind of takes it gently in his hands, the bow, and then just walks off with it, and they go like, come on. And then he puts it on the rock and he sits on top of it.
Oh, good Joffrey. She's gonna go find a quiet place in the wilderness once again, and there's an area that she's been a few times before, and nice smooth rock. This is her little mini safe haven. And she pulls out several items that she keeps as a shrine to her mother in her room. So she pulls out a small little statue, a gold drachma from her necklace that she actually slides out, in which the head of it has been completely scratched and rubbed away, both from just worrying on it too much and incident alone, and puts that down. And then puts a set of wooden dice and a few other like small trinkets. And she is going to send a prayer to her mother.
What do you say?
I know that I made a mistake, and that is my fault, and I'm willing to pay for it, but with everyone else going on this quest, don't let them pay for my mistake. Let fate be in their favor. And I would be happy to take the opposite. Especially Ash. They are so young and so wonderful. And I'd like for them to have a good quest for their first time.
Can you roll a persuasion check for me?
Okay, this is gonna be bad. Yeah, that's a 5.
All right. You finish up your prayer, and I think we will cut down to the port. Unless anyone has something really urgent they want to quickly do, I think we'll just keep going if that's all right. Cool. So
I had a thing, but
yeah,
I'll save it for later.
if you wanna just quickly let us know anything.
I
you
was
wanna do.
gonna find Mila, but I don't know if I would be able to right now. I don't know if I would.
All right.
notice,
I'll say you spent some time looking around for her, can't find her, but you know that you're going to be meeting in the same place. So when 2 p.m. rolls around, all of you meet on the docks. There is Chiron and a man probably in his mid-30s now. He has been on this island a very long time. Is Francis Abernathy, a child of Ritzo, the goddess of sailing. And he, you see, has this kind of like dark brown hair, pale skin, and very obviously has healed a very long time ago burns that run up his arm and across his face. He used to go on quests and then unfortunately was forced to retire after an incident, and now has spent his time training everyone on sailing and fishing. So all of you would know him pretty well. He's very direct. Right. So you guys are taking the powerless big boats for your big quest and all that. As you look behind you, you see a significantly sized sailing ship. This ship specifically is only used for very specific, important quests. It has only been used a couple of times, mostly for people like Shannon and Cressida. The boat itself looks slightly bronze. Parts of its hull seem to be encased in celestial bronze. It is large and has a very specific ability, which some of you may have heard glimpses of, is that this particular vehicle can change its form. It has a couple, including a sailing ship, a car, and what was the other one? It's not a plane, unfortunately. Sorry to break y'all's hearts.
A train.
A hang
No.
glider.
And a submarine. That was
Bicycle.
it. And a bicycle like a 6-wheeled bicycle, tandem bike.
A tandem bike?
Yeah.
Oh my god, yes, tandem bike, just the
Love.
6 of us just riding.
It is called
What?
the Paralus. That's Paralus. So, most of you know how to work a ship. I'd recommend going for this one. You know, you'd be looking at pretty easy winds from about where we are now, or at least where the islands moved. You'd probably looking at like a 3-hour sail to get to Delphi. That's not far. Europe is small. So he kind of like points to Theo and goes like, you take charge in all this with your daddy. I'm sure this is your expertise and all that. Don't have anyone here that Poseidon especially hates. Good on you. Should be just fine. Chiron has got, and Chiron's, you see he's holding a small basket of goodies. In it you see 2 pouches. One has some money, all different kinds from a bunch of different European countries, and the other has drachma coins, 2 for each of you. There is also a small stuffed ram, a little toy, it's black, and a circlet of laurel leaves. For those who have received prophecies before, you know that these are the standard offerings that are given to Delphi in order to receive your prophecy. He holds it out. Who would like to take it?
Can I? I'll just take it. Can you list what the things were again?
Yeah, of course. And also, I can let you guys know later. It's some
Excellent.
money. I'll tell you how much exactly. 2 drachma coins each, the little brack ram, and the laurel leaves. And he also holds up 6 bottles of a glimmering gold liquid. And these you'll recognize as ambrosia. So ambrosia acts as a what's the healing potion it goes potion of healing. It's a greater potion of healing.
Great idea, yeah.
Greater potion of healing. Now there are 2 types of ambrosia. The one that Chiron has is a kind of like lower version. There is a version of ambrosia that you can get directly from a god that is only heard of, which acts like those like angel potions from BG3. They basically give you the effects of a long rest in a gulp.
An angelic
You do not
slumber.
have those, but he gives you these other ones, 1 each. All right, Monique, you have done this before, so I expect you will take the lead. But make your offerings, and if you could send a message back with one of these. He jingles the drachma coins, and we would be happy to help you or let you know any information that we do. And then yeah, go ahead.
Monique's gonna kind of like from her pocket, she's gonna pull out a small like round sphere that she's just gonna twist, and as she does it starts to like unlock, and her swallowtail homunculus servant comes into view, which she has combined with one of her infusions of a bag of holding. So as she taps its chest, it opens up. And she kind of just takes the drachma coins and the laurel leaves and stuff like from the basket that Jezebel's on, and she just pops them basically in to this sort of storage that she's got in there. Goes, I can keep those safe, Aeaea. It is just a lot of storage. So don't worry. And then she'll...
Monique, can you roll me a quick perception check?
Absolutely, I can. 11 plus... Not very perceptive. I am perceptive, I lied. 11 plus 4. So 15.
Cool. Anyways, these things are given over. And I think before we go any further, I had some things I want to finish off, but we are getting there. So I think I'm going to call for a little bit of a break so everyone can grab some water, go to the bathroom, and we'll probably have about an hour left. The Brits are tired. We do not want to keep them up for too long. We will probably we'll have a quick 5-minute break, but we will be
I did it in
right
the
back.
1800s and I'll do it again.
Hey. Was my mic on this whole time?
Was it actually?
No, it wasn't. It's fine. I just realized it wasn't. Because the mic isn't on the other thing. So it wouldn't have happened anyways because the sound is literally not even there. Hi, everyone. I got so scared for a second. I was talking so much crap about the chat, about how much I hate them.
I know. Wow.
It was crazy. I'm kidding. I love you guys.
Like, damn, Maddie. All right, chill. Like, wow.
Alrighty. So you are all at this dock. You've received these items from Chiron. Francis currently is handing a map over to Theo and is pointing out where you guys are going to be heading. Theo, you've always had a weirdly instinctual ability to look at a vehicle and know how it works, and you also struggle to get lost. You just have this, like, instinct, strangely built in, that you are just constantly know where you are and constantly know how things work, and you just picked up sailing and everything else like that very easily. Hey, God of Travel, welcome. Anyways, and as Francis is kind of pointing some things out and muttering to you slowly, Tessa, you feel a kind of like spark run up from the ground beneath you, kind of like up your entire body, and as you look up, you immediately meet the eyes of a woman standing a little bit further away from you, within like speaking distance. She just kind of appeared out of nowhere. You see a very familiar woman to you. She is very beautiful. She has this kind of like deep tanned olive skin, long, wavy, dark brown hair that kind of sits almost like at her hips. It is like braided through with little charms that she seems to have like collected over the many years that she has existed. But the one element of her that sticks out to you the most is that her eyes are like that of a hawk's. They seem to constantly be glowing like a low ember in a way that is distinctly inhuman and slightly off-putting. She looks to you and says, Tessa, I was wondering if I could speak with you for a moment.
I look around. Is anyone else nearby?
Yeah, everyone's there. She just speaks to you directly.
Do you know what this is about?
Of course I do. I know everything that happens on my island.
I'll stand and walk closer to her.
Cool.
Whispering
She
distance.
walks the two of you away, so you guys are like out of earshot, talking in low tones, but are close enough that you can still see everyone.
Why now, Cersei?
What did that dream remind you of? Who did it remind you of? Peacock feathers, a volcano, a creator.
You should speak plainly. It's been a long day. Didn't get much sleep.
Chiron and I aren't so caught up on godly politics, but considering the growing storms and the scent in the air, it seems as though people are unhappy, infighting. Hephaestus has something to do with this. We think it was his dream you might have been watching, his experience at least.
Is he in trouble?
Yes. He is being punished for something that he did wrong to his father. I'm sure you will
Nothing
learn
new.
more of the details at Delphi. That's not what I came here to talk to you about. I've told you this before, but the abilities that I have taught you are not looked kindly upon gods and men. Do you know why?
Misogyny.
Hardly. It is mainly due to the fact that the power that we hold is something that was not given to us. It was something that we took for ourselves. It is something men fear, and gods, well, they don't see it as a threat, per se. More so a slight.
Are you
You need
saying I
to-
shouldn't use it?
No, I taught it to you for a reason for you to use. However, I want you to stay cautious. I need you to understand that they will look for a reason. A singular mistake, a tale they will spin. A reason to cage you. You remind me of myself in a lot of ways. You're spirited, ambitious, misunderstood, ignored, forgotten. I gave you these powers to use them, and I encourage you to do so. I just ask that you imagine the story that they are writing about you. Because history will always be written by those with the most power, and you will never hold as much power as they do. I was granted nothing from my father, so I learnt and I took, and they watched me close, and then once I let my emotions get the better of me, I made a mistake. One mistake, and I have been punished for it ever since. I ask that you don't do the same.
I promise, Cersei. I won't let emotions get the better of me.
Pride and hubris get us all in the end. It is
I feel like it's
our
about time someone
destined
else took up the
downfall.
pen, though. Well, R is used lightly there. About time we found out, huh?
And that is the attitude right there that will get you killed. Don't be an idiot. I didn't teach you these things because you're stupid. To the rest of you, she looks out. You all hear her now. Some of you may have felt abandoned, scorned by the gods. Some of you have hatred in your hearts for your parents, and this will be your demise. I do not ask you to love them. I don't even ask you to worship them. I ask you to fear them, if nothing else. They are not for you to understand, or best, they will crush you in an instant, and they will see no answer for that. You are not children. You are not foolish pawns to die for glory. You will return home, because I grow tired of waiting for the people I see leave this island to return. Am I understood?
Yes.
Yes, Cersei.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry.
I say nothing.
Her eyes track you for a moment. I will see you when you return. And she leaves, 2 lions following her. All right, after that pep talk, I think we are ready and rearing to go. Yes, all right. You have everything that you need. Thank you so much, Francis. Maps, gold, money, wonderful. Right, easy trip, right on over to Delphi. Climb that little mountain and avoid the tourists as best you can. The mist will most likely cover your path. And keep us in check. I will see you when you get back, as Cersei said.
Merci. Au revoir, Chiron.
As you guys go to leave, there is a couple of people waiting by the docks to say goodbye. You see Sasha standing there with another girl. She has kind of like bright auburn curly hair, and immediately the two of them approach Tessa and Monique. Rose, a daughter of Aphrodite, immediately pulls Monique into a hug. Just goes, "Look, I know this is scary, but I'm so freaking proud of you. You're gonna go out, explore. You haven't left this island in forever. Things have changed. It's going to be amazing. I'm so sure of it."
I'm glad you are sure of it. I would rather just stay here.
You can't stay here forever, love. You have to get out there.
No, it's not safe out there.
Maybe when you were a kid, but you're grown up now. You're very capable. We all saw you kick Marius's ass to the ground. It was hilarious.
I do not like talking about it. He was not very happy with me afterwards.
I know. She gives you another hug. And then Sasha walks up to both of you and very awkwardly stands there and is like, "Okay, goodbye," or whatever.
Alors, Monique will like give Rose like a squeeze and then like swap out to then give Sasha their own hug.
He just kind
and
of
then,
like seizes into it, but then after a second, he just gives you a very tight hug as well. He lives for, his main love language is physical affection in all kinds. Anyways, and as you hug him, you feel him squeeze you very tight. And he lets go, and he's like not meeting you in the eye, and just goes like, and he gives Tessa a hug as well, but kind of is acting very badly, like he doesn't want to, but she obviously wanted to, and he's just trying to make her feel better, and gives her a hug as well.
Yeah, if you want a souvenir, you just ask.
Don't die or I will kill you. Aim for the balls. Bring me back a souvenir.
Wonderful. I'll send word if I'm about to die, I promise.
Okay.
Wouldn't want you to miss out on the fun. Don't forget what I told you to put on my gravestone.
Did you want me to, like, censor any of the words, or just, full text?
Full on. All caps.
Understood. He, like, laughs softly and steps back. The rest of you see a smattering of your siblings, if you have them, all of them giving you hugs goodbye, small trinkets to keep. Quinn is there. He gives Theo a big hug around the waist and just says like, "You're gonna do amazing. I so believe in you. I gave Jezebel a bunch of stuff. You guys are gonna be great. And you don't even need an engine this time. This thing goes super fast. Plus, the last one blew up as soon as you guys got back. So I'm working on a new prototype." Hey, it didn't blow up in the water. It turns out that the seawater was the thing that was actually keeping it cool so it didn't overheat, and as soon as we took it out of the water, it exploded.
So it ain't gonna explode this time, Q.
It's not on there. Chiron wouldn't let me.
Oh.
And you see
Right.
you see Francis is like glaring at Quinn and just goes like, "You're not touching one of my boats again." No.
Q. Is there anything that you gave Jezebel that you should have gave to me?
I'm sure you'll find it.
Don't I always?
Jezebel, your younger brother, kind of is like there looking, and he's like, "Okay, so now that you are gone, does that mean that like I'm the head of the cabin, or how does that work exactly? Because I'm pretty sure I should be, does that mean I get to host now, or can I get your room? If you die, can I get your room?"
If I die, my room becomes a testament. Ooh. being better
Damn
than you.
it! I already
think,
packed,
is-
and he like stomps off.
That's a problem. I love you. Remember to shower. Remember deodorant.
He goes like, "Oh my god, shut up!" It's like,
Remember sunscreen. But really, remember deodorant.
A few of the fellow Festus kids say goodbye to Monique. Ash, you don't really notice anyone, but you have your friends beside you. Same with Mila. And all of you climb aboard the ship and begin your sail away. So,
Come
Just-
sail away. Come sail away.
just because we're wanting to wrap this up, maybe I wanted to see if I could get something in, we can vibe it out. Look, if we have to cut things in half, we don't have to end this pretty. We'll be here next week, it's fine. We'll just keep going. Alrighty.
Cliffhanger. Sorry.
Alrighty. Who is helming this trip?
Not it.
I think it's me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Honestly,
Rowan's
the
told to do it.
person who has the best survival checks would probably be best on the
Probably
helm.
the person who's proficient in using this vehicle should do it.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Theo, can you please roll a survival check, and then you get to add your proficiency bonus on top of that because you are proficient in this vehicle.
That brings it to, what is my survival? +6 then.
Shit.
What could possibly go wrong? That's an 11 + 6. 17.
And then your proficiency bonus again on top of that?
Oh, again? I get to
Yeah,
add it
'cause
twice? It's
Oh, that was already
Okay.
twice? Wait, so do you have a...
19.
What do you have a plus to your survival currently?
I have a +4,
Alright.
and then you told me to add my
Sorry.
proficiency bonus. so that
Yes,
becomes
that
+6.
will be just a +6. I was like, wow, you have really high wisdom. That's crazy. And I just accepted it. Sorry, what was the total without the doubling?
17.
17. Awesome. Yeah, great. The waters are quiet in this part of Greece where you are, which is kind of to the western side. The winds are not as fierce, so you guys are kind of covered by the land that is around you. You guys only sail for like a little bit of time before you immediately start to see land again. It's Europe. I'm from Australia. I was looking up travel times and I was like, wow, I wonder how long it takes to get from like Athens to Delphi on
5 seconds.
foot. And I was like,
30 minutes.
maybe like a day of travel, and it was like, no, it's like 4 hours of walking. And I was like, god
Yep.
damn it.
Yeah.
Europe, man.
Yeah, it's Europe.
It's crazy.
Everything's very close together.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
It's
But hey, that's good for
Wouldn't
you
know what
guys in
that's
travel.
like. Everything's massive here.
Yep. Me and my isolated island. Hey, it's basically anyways.
Sorry.
Ash, you had something that you wanted to do really quickly? Feel free. As you guys sail.
Yeah, I'm just gonna find Mila, just quietly kind of off to one side and be like, "So, big adventure outside of camp, huh?
Are you-
you good?
Are you good?
Yeah, I'm fine. I got a
Insight check.
great feeling about all of this.
Insight check on my friend.
Okay, cool.
So you can roll, persuasion or deception. You don't have to tell us which, just tell us the result.
Like, I remember what I rolled at the start of the session for my for my
Portent.
augury. I'm lying out of my ass.
Got a 15.
Cool, that's a 7.
Nice. Mila, what were you hoping to tell? Or you just see if they were lying?
I just want to see if they're trying to bluff to seem brave.
Oh, absolutely. 100%. You know them so well. You know that they would have done their thing this morning, and so they know exactly what the vibes are for this. Like, they know exactly how this is gonna go. And they're like, everything's gonna be great.
Yeah, Ash definitely seems like the type of person who's like, I've been preparing for this moment, but now it's happening. Ah!
Yep.
And I think
Absolutely.
I forgot my book bag.
Yeah, Mila, as you're going off, you do see that one of your bags was left on the port. You forgot it. It's okay.
No.
It was
clothes.
yeah, it was it was like the extra bag because you picked a bag and you packed the entire thing and you just couldn't fit the last 2 items, so you had to have a whole other bag. So it's that bag. It probably had like a jumper in it.
Oh no!
And you just
All of your Spice Girl CDs.
No,
no,
the
my
CDs are in
collection of tapes. No.
You see like Chiron just kind of picks up the bag and just gives you a thumbs up like he's gonna take care of it.
Bury it with me. No.
A bird swoops by, grabs it out of Chiron's hand.
Mila, can you roll a dex save for me? Just roll
Okay.
it. While you guys keep
Oh.
going. Tell me what you get.
Look, it doesn't.
A bird
it doesn't
poops on your
matter how-
shoulder.
Oh my god.
Not on your head, because on your head would be good luck.
Oh. Look, it doesn't matter how I feel about it. Look, we've got good people with us, okay? I mean, and hey, we know most of them between us, right?
I
I mean, we know each other. I know Jezebel pretty well.
I'm
Theo.
familiar with Jezebel, and I cautiously look at my hair.
Yeah, see? So, you know, and, you know, Monique and Tessa seem like good people, so...
Tessa seems really angry. I don't know if that's, like, just me, or...
Might
just
just be
kind
their
of,
vibe, but, I mean, I'm sure it's just dealing
RBF.
with all the new people, and I really doubt
Yeah.
that conversation. I mean, Cersei literally came and talked to her. That can't be good. That's never good, you know?
She is kind of terrifying.
A little bit, but, I mean, you know, it makes sense, you know? I don't think she's as scary as she puts on. But, and maybe it's the same for Tessa. Maybe it's all just, maybe it's all just a front. Maybe she's just as scared as we are. I'm sure we'll find out. And I'm sure they'll open up a little bit as we go. It's just gonna take some time.
I hope you're right.
Yeah.
It'd be nicer to die among friends.
Yeah. But we're not gonna die. We're gonna make it back and everything's gonna be fine. Okay?
I hope so.
Me too.
Cool. Can one of you please roll a d20 for me?
Go ahead, B. You ain't rolling.
Alright.
That's
something
something
no
no.
Well, I mean, that makes sense for us. That's the 13.
Alright.
That makes
You
sense
guys
for
are
us
just
too.
fine.
That's literally
You have
perfect.
a safe
Nope.
journey to Theo knows the map well. He is getting you there on time. As you guys pull up, you see almost like as you approach, the ship itself starts to get a little smaller. You will still fit just fine into like a sailing boat that you would see in any of the ports on Greece, kind of instinctually disguising itself. I'll be sure to send you guys like a proper sheet with all of the things that this very large magic item can do, but it kind of has its own instincts in a way. And I'll say, Theo, can you please roll me a history or religion check? Most checks in this campaign will be history or religion, because most of the time they could be either.
History or religion. Both are -1, so.
Hey, yo.
Oh god.
Silvery barbs.
Hey, who else took intelligence as their dump stat?
What does Silvery Barbs do again? I forgot.
Okay,
I think
so
isn't it-
silvery barbs, I can give you advantage, or I can give someone else advantage. I can basically do that in. So actually, for flavor, I'm gonna give you advantage, and then give Mila disadvantage on something random, just because that makes sense. Is
really
that good?
quickly, I just
no.
want to remind me how the
The
spell
dice
works.
give it-
Can you
The dice
cast
take it away.
Silvery Barbs once you know the result of the roll? I'm pretty sure you can,
So,
like it's a reaction.
You
Yeah.
can cast Silvery Barbs,
Yeah.
but so the triggering creature has to take the lower roll.
I see.
So, like, if you're casting it against a roll, that creature
Ah.
has to take the lower roll.
I see.
and then you can
Ooh.
give advantage to someone else.
Ah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
So
Then I
you
don't
wouldn't
think
be
I
able to
can.
cast.
I've, like,
the
seen
silvery
it
barbs would be a
happen.
way to.
Yeah.
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 Kiki,
So I'm
we'll
on
talk
my
later.
own.
Your silvery barbs is just like inspiration. Anyways, we move on. What'd you
I
get?
could give inspiration.
I haven't rolled
It's-
yet.
Oh, you haven't rolled? Feel free. So you
I'm
get
rolling now.
advantage, I believe, with silvery barbs if you're using it. Are you using it?
I'm not, because I don't think I can.
That's fine then.
But I will
What did
give-
you get?
I will give bardic inspiration though if I can.
Oh, you get a
Ah.
d6.
I don't
How?
need it. I
How
rolled
do
a
you-
19.
Oh, whatever. You have it for a minute. You can use it if you would like.
Oh, sweet. That's cool.
Nice.
Jezebel, how do you give bardic inspiration in this moment?
I look in the helm for a CD player if there's a dashboard there.
No.
And then when I finally find
However, no, you
damn
don't
it.
have one.
Okay,
However, the
then I
Walkman
just
that you
play it.
have,
I
the
just play it on the
headphones-
Walkman and
The
go.
headphones are so bad at
Just-
being headphones that if you turn it up loud enough, it acts as a shitty speaker.
Yeah, I can't. I don't have a cup that I can put this into to amplify it, but you know, we can just vibe.
Yep,
5.
Hope this helps.
wonderful.
Hope this doesn't
Uh,
harm your concentration.
Theo with a 19 plus whatever you get, it's fine. Flavor.
Oh,
This
-1, so it's technically an 18.
18. All right, cool. Plus, give me a d6 because your bardic inspiration is a d6.
Yes.
Cool.
Is a D6.
You only have it for a minute. Might as well use it now.
That is a 3.
Nice. So it's a 21. Cool. With that, you kind of like seeing all of this happen and seeing the context clues, small symbols around, you realize that you don't know when or how this came to being. This ship was crafted by or blessed by your father. It is a vehicle that can be anything, has the ability to disguise itself around others. This boat is blessed by a god.
Has he spoken to me since
He has
that
not.
first quest?
No. You do still have that sword at your side. But yeah, I'll leave that for now, but we'll keep going. You guys pull into this kind of like busy port. You see there's like some cruise ships of people doing like the islands of Greece. Delphi is in the center of Greece and is kind of the temple of Apollo at Delphi is about halfway up on the southwestern slopes of Mount Parnassus. I definitely said that wrong, and I should have looked it up, but we vibe. It's fine. It's how Australians say it. Anyways, you guys pull in, and
Australians are known for pronouncing things right.
yeah, and you do have the ability to make this boat turn into a car, because you do have like an hour or so drive ahead of you, or multiple hour walk. I'll just tell you what it can do until I
land
give you that
vehicles if you guys want Monique to drive.
What is the most popular car in 2005?
The Toyota
Like,
Corolla.
I-
No, I'll
Probably.
tell you what it turns into. It has a thing that it turns into. It's definitely like a Honda Civic or something. Like something so
Christ.
normal.
Wait, are we in
Um,
Europe? A PC Cooper.
Yeah.
Those things are so
But
on.
it does have like the like 2 seats in the boot where at least one very unlucky person has to like crawl through and sit squished in the back. The rest of you are doing fine. It's like a mum minivan, except the entire thing is this very like bronze color, that same celestial bronze. If you like knock up against it, you realize that it is light and it drives fine, but this is made out of celestial bronze. And on
If
the
Monique wants to drive, I can ride shotgun. That's fine.
Yeah,
on the
Well,
number
you know,
plate it says
Europeans
the
driving
ship's name.
manual. It's don't know if the Americans.
It's definitely manual.
stick it.
Absolutely,
Wow.
it's manual.
Wow.
I can handle manual.
Wait, quick question. Is the car, which side is the driving wheel on? The right or the left?
It'll be on the
The-
right.
Mhm.
Yeah,
it's
because
European.
Europe.
It absolutely
I'm just asking based
it
on the car.
changes.
Oh, it
It
depends
changes
actually.
depending.
Is Greece?
I
I
don't
think,
know.
I think
Greece-
they are.
Whatever
Greece
side
might
it
be
is.
Yeah.
left.
It might be actually.
Oh.
Whatever side is the side that it's on, and it will change depending on where you are, because I decided
Yeah.
that just now. Anyways, it maneuvers how it's going to maneuver. But yeah, using the same map that you've used, there are street signs that lead you up. You see that as you guys are moving up towards the temple, there are several tour buses that are coming back as the kind of tour sites that move these are starting to wind down and close as the afternoon sets in. You guys continue up, kind of going through these like very narrow, winding roads, heading up. And as you get higher, you can see Greece in its entirety, and it's beautiful. Kind of these like rocky but still beautifully green cliffs and mountains that are laid out in front of you. You get higher and higher. Your ears starting to pop a little bit as the altitude goes wherever it goes.
Mila is squishing into whoever's next to her, trying to get as far away from the edge as possible.
Oh, okay. Just goes in for a
We
hug,
got
I guess.
Oh,
We
hi.
got you.
Okay. It's
I like the
alright.
idea. It's just like a bunch of like young adults like holding onto the side, just being like, so
Monique
quests,
is
huh?
Monique is like nearly 30, and she drives like a mum. Like she's just like
I will turn this car
adhering to the
around.
speed limit, sort of thing. Occasionally swearing at people who don't indicate properly.
I'll say,
European
like,
roads plus mountains
there
scare me.
is like a tape already in there that is playing just a bunch of like random 70s music. A lot of disco. A lot of disco is occurring in this car right now.
Rah,
Is-
rah,
can I ask a question?
Rasputin.
Yep.
Can I ask a question to Monique? Is Monique from Greece?
No,
Like this area that we're in?
no, she's just been here before.
Okay. I would like to make an intentional wrong direction, but that won't affect the trip.
You would
Like she's about
point
to
out
turn
her?
right. I'm like, oh, turn left right here. And see
Alright,
what she does.
roll a deception check for me, and Monique, roll a insight check for me. And I will say, I'm going to give you advantage on this solely because you know the way that you're meant to go.
Me?
Okay.
Okay.
Right, what do you get for deception?
Oh, I haven't rolled yet. Do I get advantage?
No, that's flat for you.
No,
I gave Monique
for me?
advantage
Okay.
because she has been here before.
Got
And you
plus
I got a
two.
17 insight.
Alright.
I got a 3 plus 2.
Alright, you know that he's lying to you.
Monique will kind of like when they've come to that junction, she kind of full stops, like takes out of gear, and looks at him and goes, "I do not know what game you are playing, but I am in no mood to be funny right now." And then puts it in first gear and then just turns in the correct direction.
Hot stuff starts to play as she drives. It's
Games?
giving
Come on.
it's giving
I wanna play
very
games with you.
it's giving very Baby Driver. She's doing the thing.
Do not do this to me.
There's yodeling.
I watched Baby Driver last night.
Period.
Holds on to Jezebel even more.
Alrighty. You guys continue up, and there are multiple monuments that make up this area, but you immediately make your way to the main temple of Apollo. Takes you probably like an hour and a half to drive up there, just living your best life, getting through all of those 70s songs. The tape comes out, it gets pushed back in, it starts up again. Anyways, eventually you guys approach a kind of like touristy parking area, pull in, and you see that there are a couple of tour groups remaining. The place closes probably at like 5, and it's probably like getting close to like 4:30 right now, so there are less people than there would usually be. Plus, it's probably like a random Tuesday. Actually, I should know exactly what day it is. I couldn't tell you, but I know that the date is July 28th, 2005.
Yo.
2000.
Great year.
I'm writing this down.
And we will get out of the car. Sorry, Elf, I'm rolling a little bit. We just need to do things. But, and
good.
before you is the ruins of the Temple of Apollo. Ahead of you at the top is a large slab of stone that makes up the most of this ruins, the most intact thing, circular. Around it is a bunch of broken pillars, but one section of it does remain intact. If you want, you can look up photos of the temple if you would like to, just so everyone knows, so they don't think that everyone is cheating. Part of this campaign is that people are most welcome to Google anything to do with Greek mythology, just not like stat blocks and stuff. I homebrew everything anyways, because kind of part of this campaign for me is like putting in little clues where people can like spend some time doing a little bit of research, learning some more and getting some clues. They don't have to, but it's fun. But yeah.
Cool.
You see in the center of this circular pillar is like a grassy part, which is very familiar to you, Monique, as the sort of altar where people will place the offerings.
She'll bring out her swallowtail homunculus and like run a finger down his chest to open up her bag of holding in there, and bring out the offerings and such.
You realize that there is something missing. You have everything except, and you near tip everything out of that homunculus. You cannot
She's shaking it.
locate that little stuffed black ram. It is gone.
Allah. Oh.
Monique, what's wrong?
What happened?
Oh. Merde. I've the little the little ram, the sheep toy. See,
Yeah.
it is not here. I definitely packed it up.
Can
Oh,
everyone
take it.
can everyone roll a perception check for me?
Ooh, yes.
Everyone?
For
Yeah.
sure.
Natural.
Ooh.
Really?
Yeah.
First nat 20 of the campaign!
Let's go!
Alright, I'll
I
say
rolled a natural 19.
I was if not, I would have
was well
suggested we
behind.
find a real sheep.
I will say
Awesome.
18 or above.
Yeah, I rolled a natural.
Definitely Tessa, you pick it up immediately. Whether it's your instincts and connection to nature, you hear faintly the sound of a sheep baaing in the distance. Bah.
Sorry, what? Sorry, can you do that again? The sheep. I didn't quite.
Bah. Sheep noise. Ba. Ba.
Aw.
Bork. Is there any chance it
Bork.
grew real legs and walked away?
That is the only way I can think of it. Like, she's sifting through, you see like old swords, you see tools everywhere and stuff. Like, it is like the bottom of like your mum's sandbag in there.
Can it do that?
You see this like small child is
much.
holding onto their mother's hand and walks past you and it's like, shit, that's a really big bag. And she just, her mother's like, ugh. Just imagine in the mist you're holding this massive like Aeaea tote bag, like Aeaea bag.
That's literally it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One walking cane, an umbrella, an entire beach towel.
The Mary Poppins IKEA bag.
Yep,
An
absolutely.
impressive amount of bobby pins at the bottom there.
I used to have longer hair.
Ah,
So
Is it
what are
a-
we gonna do?
Hold on, and I just start like walking in the direction of the.
Yeah, you do so. You kind of find yourself walking a little bit into the brush, like off the beaten path, as it were. But you keep hearing this soft barking noise, and definitely with a natural 20 and your druidic instincts, you're able to kind of follow the sound and locate it pretty quickly. And kind of hidden into the side of the mountain, it wouldn't be seen unless you were really looking for it, is a flat little plain where there is a very small pen with a black ram inside.
I just look over my shoulder. Has anyone followed me? Any of you guys?
I'd follow you.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I'd probably follow. Yeah.
We shouldn't split up.
I don't think you are splitting up. I think it's just Monique packing. She's the only one who's there behind to
I'll-
put things back in.
I'll stay by Monique, just not helping, just commenting on everything that goes back out or in the bag.
Oh, Twilight. I meant to read that. That's
Oh,
why.
wow. You should join. I
How
have a
dare
book
you.
club. I have a book club.
Do any of you guys seems suspicious, doesn't it?
A little bit.
I mean, you know, agriculture is odder in the mountains.
You do
Maybe not this
notice,
odd.
Tessa, as you take the time to look with that roll, nearby to this pen is a cave, the mouth of a cave, narrow and tall.
Does it look weirdly shaped, like a doorway or any particular?
It looks like a naturally formed cave.
Fuck's sake! All right, how many of y'all can spelunk?
Spelunk?
There
What?
is
Spelunk,
a
yes.
path down.
What is
There's a
that?
path down, I will say. It's just kind of like weird,
She's still asking, just for funsies.
just for fun, just to know.
Means spelunk.
Huh?
I need a translator.
Going into caves, y'all.
Oh,
Anyone claustrophobic?
Oh,
no, but
no.
Where are the others? I'm gonna.
I think they're still packing the bag.
You guys
Can I,
finish
like-
up packing.
How
How is
is that
there a
cave?
towel in there? It's admirable you had a towel in there. That's forethought.
You
I
guys
hate
finish
this. You're
up.
just gonna make everything that you say canon. You.
It'll clean up all that spelunk from later.
Oh lord, it starts early. All right. You guys finish up packing and meet up with the rest of the group.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome in. Do y'all feel like going and picking up a sheep from what is clearly a weird situation here?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Define weird.
I just point at the pen. It's like literally just a pen in the middle of the clearing, holding a stuffed sheep. Yeah.
Does it have a collar?
No, it's just chilling out. It's eating some grass. Rams are usually
Yeah, I used to like
sometimes kept by
grass.
themselves anyways, because
You never seen a
You know?
you never seen a black sheep before?
hey, we got a group full of them.
In
I'll tell you
Europe,
that much
pal?
for free. I got about 6 right
Oh.
here.
I was gonna say, you seem pretty good at sneaking up on things. So if you wanted to give it a shot, you could. If not, you can come save me after some inevitably bad thing happens.
Isn't it?
Me save you? I don't think you need saving. I'm just gonna go and get it.
Are you sure it is a ram? It will hit you.
It's a
So,
soft animal.
and never grabbed a bull by the horns?
Oh,
Uh,
I
Why
do
would
not
you
have a
grab-
death wish.
Never been to the
That's
rodeo?
all, Andy.
Fucking Americans.
Sounds like a fun time.
Mila's backing up as far as possible from the pen and our friends.
Ew, I'm gonna
Uh.
change my clothes to classic rodeo gear. You know, do a little dance. You ride on top of them. There's a whole thing.
You'll be fine. You got this. Ash is just gonna step forward and just kind of just places a hand on your shoulder and just like you'll be fine. You got this. I'm gonna cast.
Can I ready a cantrip
Sanctuary.
in case he's not fine?
Cast the
Chill,
sanctuary on you.
You are under the effects
What
of
could possibly go
sanctuary,
wrong?
dear Theo. Theo, what would you like to do? What is your plan?
I'm going to stealthily go to the pen
Mhm.
and not. I'm not going to, I guess, trip on any wires or anything. As stealthily as possible, get to the pen.
You sneak up. You do not hear any sounds apart from the occasional bar of the sheep. And yeah, you approach, you see the pen, it looks like it's been like handmade, kind of like put together with string, as it were. You do see that as you come closer, the inside of the cave, it does look like there is a very small flickering light inside, like there might be some sort of fire light source inside. Though you do not hear any movement, you suspect that you haven't been noticed by anything. I actually roll a stealth check. I forgot to ask for that part. It's just the rolls were awful. And I assume.
Do I get any advantage or anything?
Just roll. It's fine. You'll be fine.
Alright, +7.
You got this.
That is an 18 +7.
Yeah, you're fine. Anyways,
Nice.
continue. Yeah, you approach this little pen. The ram kind of looks up at you with its sheep eyes that are kind of creepy.
Hey, I'm just gonna hang out with the sheep. Be like, hey cutie, how you doing?
Would you like to like attempt to like animal handling? Anything like that?
You know, I don't think they actually. Yes, no, I'm not gonna be dumb. I will do animal handling.
Sure. Go ahead.
What is my? Oh, it's +4. Well, I did go to the rodeo. Turns out
Yep. Yay!
Rogues, man.
that is an 8 +4.
Okay. 12. It is kind of just ignoring you.
Rude.
It's just eating its grass.
Okay. I'm going to.
If anything, probably with your stealth, it kind of doesn't notice you. Period. It's a sheep.
How much health does a sheep have?
Oh dear God.
Oh,
Probably
no.
not that much.
Like 1.
I'm not gonna kill it. I'm just gonna knock it out.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm just thinking about it.
Yeah, if you were gonna
Actually,
try and
that's a
knock
good
it
idea.
out, I would probably get you to like roll to hit, and then it would make a con save. If that's something I would
That's
like
not
to
right.
point out
Okay.
that a ram weighs about 100 kilograms. I don't know what that is in pounds, but it's a lot. Let me work it out.
100 kilograms.
How much
It's a
does the average
couple.
person weigh
Like
in
And it was
kilograms?
sensitive question.
70.
220 pounds.
Okay, so yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and this one has its wool. Their hair.
Oh.
big.
All right, here's what I'm gonna do.
Love
I'm going to, in my best rodeo.
Probably
outfit-
2 of you could
No.
carry it, but not one of
No,
you.
we don't need it. We don't need it. I got it. I'm going to take my rope and do a little like the circle thing and the spin,
Mm-hmm.
and look back at Monique. The rodeo, see, or whisper it. You know. And I'm going to do the rope around the sheep's mouth so it doesn't back or cause a distraction, and then I'm going to cast levitate on this sheep.
I live for this. All right, first and foremost,
God.
can you give me? I'm gonna call this like a sleight of hand check because I feel, and also like that means it's better for you, and I like that.
Okay, sleight of hand. That's +7. That is another 12 +7.
Alrighty. Yeah, you managed to grab the sheep around the. It kind of like because it can't chew grass anymore, and it's kind of upset about this. And then, is levitate? Does it have verbal components?
Verbal, somatic, and material. Either a small leather loop or a piece of golden wire. Into a
If
cup
you have
shape
the
with a
spell, I
long
assume
shank.
that you have the components, but it does have verbal components,
Yeah, it does.
which is that just means that I'm gonna re-roll something. Would you like to still do it?
Hell yeah.
Alright. The ram lifts and starts floating like a balloon because it kind of makes them weightless, I think, levitate. It just kind of, you end up just floating, chilling out. And I imagine you just kind of start pulling it like a sheep balloon.
I'm going to make this as dramatic as possible, like they do in the rodeo, like I'm showing a cow. But quietly. And you do a little bow.
Amazing. You bring your sheep balloon. Artists, please, I want the black ram balloon. I beg of you, please. I'm looking into the camera, please. Ram balloon.
You ever see what's it? Nope. What's
Yep.
it? Stephen Yoon's costume.
Yeah.
Yo, I want Theo in that.
Valid.
Little cowboy outfit.
Alright. You guys make your way back up to the... And you see like a couple of people going like, "Aw," and then someone else goes like, "I didn't know they could bring dogs here," but they like move on. They think you're just like walking your dog instead of carrying a ram balloon. But you bring it in, and just so you guys know, we're not gonna kill the ram. By the way, it's 2005, okay? It's the beginning of a new century. We don't do that anymore. So, no. Under Monique's instruction, you guys walk kind of like stepping over the roped area and on into these ruins. Pull down the sheep. So at least it kind of touches the ground. Place the wreath of laurels on its head. Coin down as well. And wait for a second. The sheep bars softly without opening its mouth. And then you begin to hear the wind around you pick up slightly. Around you, you now notice the thousands of olive trees that have been here forever. The leaves begin to sway and rustle, and melting out of the swirling dust and air appears the ghostly form of a woman. The Pythia, the Oracle of Delphi. You see she twists her hands, and slowly forming is a scroll. And as she speaks, you see the words being written out onto the scroll itself tangible. And you hear, "A journey taken by a group of 6 to find the forgotten son. It is he, the smith, who can only fix what he himself has done. In the city under wisdom's sword, in the house they built for him, there beneath the stone-carved floors is one made mortal by his sin. Circling vultures hubris strains for the king with the blood of gold. The storms calm and patience wane for his power again to hold." The scroll drops to the ground. The prophecy written out. I will send it to you guys so you know it. Can I do that right now? I'll put it in the chat.
So I hope so. I want so.
Put it in the chat for you guys. Oh, it's not in its things anymore. Sorry. This might go weird for a sec. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I love you. It's back. Okay.
Can I just immediately turn and give like a
Aw.
hard stare to Monique. And I just go, for someone who wasn't so eager to come on this quest with us, seems like it involves you and your dear daddy directly, doesn't it?
Monique, in this moment, looks like her shoulders are bearing a weight that is almost causing her to curl in on herself. She looks like she wants the ground to swallow her. She looks torn between distraught and furious and confused. And as you say that, she looks up at you with these kind of just piercing eyes that are filled with that fire that she's inherited. And she can't help but almost cry as she responds, "My father's doings are not mine, and my reasoning for not wanting to come is nothing to do with him or your judgments." I hate this. I do not want to touch this scroll. Someone else pick it up. I don't want it.
I'll pick it up.
You do so.
And as I'm picking it up, I'm gonna say something in French.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
If you want, you can text it to Rhea if you don't
I'm
want
going to
anyone
text
else
it
to know.
directly to Monique.
Yeah, go
If
for
that's
it.
okay.
Just
Is that okay?
Yeah, please.
Just let me know as well.
Juicy
Oh, I
juice.
can look at it on my phone. I'm such an idiot. I was like, oh, how am I gonna make this work? Anyways. Hey, I never said I was smart.
No, but we did, you cookie, you motherfucker.
Yo,
Hey,
Brain.
yo.
yo, smart.
Hey, yo. I
So,
love you, bitch.
Whatever you send to readers. Send it to me too.
Sent. Okay, I'm gonna send it to you too.
Yay. I like to get to know the secrets because I'm the DM.
She'll in response, she'll turn to you and go, I know. It is nothing to do with me. And yet I am here.
I'm gonna squint my eyes and just like double check the paper and look back. I don't say anything.
D'accord. Well, we have got all we need from. Yeah?
What? Something's wrong with that sheep. I feel weird about the sheep. I feel like it's gonna like grow 6 legs and attack us.
It's just
No,
paper.
we just leave it.
Okay.
The ram and the things, we do not need them anymore. They belong to her now.
The ram is already like 5 meters away, just kind of careening back towards where he was going. Can everyone roll a perception check, please?
Absolutely.
That's never said so.
9.
21.
14.
15.
Yeah, anyone who rolled above a 9. You hear
Six
The
to
bars in hell?
thundering footsteps coming from the direction that you just came from.
Oh.
The car?
And
Or the cave?
the cave.
No.
Coming out, you see a hulking figure dressed in rags, holding a club with a singular eye,
Oh
which
my
looks
god.
on its ram, and looks on the 6 of you.
Oh.
And I think we will call the session there.
Oh my god. I'm so glad we didn't go in that cave.
As
Ooh.
soon as you said thundering footsteps, I was like, oh,
shit.
no.
Cave.
Cyclops wants his
damn
rat
it.
back.
Yep.
Cyclopses love sheep.
Quick, I need to have a wedding
They
dress.
just really like sheep, man. They feel protective over those sheep. So,
Oh.
we will be back next week, same time, to see what will befall these young heroes. They have been given a dream. They have been given a quest. I will leave them over this next week to perhaps go over what they have learned, have a marinate, think through it all, do some rewatching. I think you guys might know what you need to do next and what the problem in front of you that is so filled with woe might just be. Now, sure. I have been Maddie, your DM for this campaign. Thank you so much to everyone who came down to watch our first session. I cannot fathom the turnout for this. You guys are wonderful. We will see you next week with the same people, same bat time, same bat channel. I stole that from Daisy. Let's popcorn this. I'm gonna tell the people where they can find you, what you are doing, who you are. I will send their links into the chat now. We'll start with Monique. They're at the center of it all right now, so it seems.
Yep. Again, go by Relentless on my socials. You can see more of me playing over on Tales of Novum in Heroes of Bastion. You can eagerly await Heroes of Bastion Season 2, which will be premiering this summer.
And you can popcorn it over to the next person. Choose whoever you want to pick on.
Faye.
Slay. Hey, I'm Faye. And I'm just sort of around. This has been the first stream I've been on in a while, and it's been an absolute delight. You can find me over on TikTok as Gothic Fairy. You can find me on Instagram as the crazier Gothic Fairy cosplay. Wow. And I think that's it.
Popcorn it over to whoever.
B.
Me. Wow. Hey guys, it's me, B. You can find me at Ben's DnD on TikTok and Instagram. You can also find me on Wednesdays over on twitch.tv/Dyson Autism, where I play Ajax, who is a very different character to Ash. It's a 1920s style gangster campaign. Things are getting pretty wild. I used Wish to trap a god last session. It was insane. But if you want to follow those crazy antics, yeah, twitch.tv/Dyson Autism. You can find me there. Every other Sunday, you can also find me over on twitch.tv/Chaos Brigade _DnD, where I play a druid over there. I play there every other Sunday. So it's not this week, it'll be next week, I believe, or the other way around. Who knows? Go check it out. But yeah, that's where you can find me. Hey, I'm gonna pass it on to Diana.
Hi everyone, I am Diana Faye, also known as @Diana of the Rose on every platform in existence. I was very lucky and got the same handle absolutely everywhere. Primarily, I am a TikToker where I teach people how to get into games like D&D for the first time from the ground up, and also teach GMs how to be better GMs, really breaking it down for all of us type A people who need formulas on how to do otherwise creative projects. I'm also one of the 2 co-hosts of the Atlas Loom, which is a world building podcast that has a lot of the same goals, teaching people how to be better storytellers in general. And then, as of recently, a Twitch streamer, Monday through Wednesday, actual play performer as of right now here, and just pretty much on every platform, just creating content, the usual. How about you, Justin?
I'll make it quick. You can find me wherever toys are sold, on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and now on YouTube at Freddy's Roommate.
And then
and Kiki, go.
Hi, what's up? My name is Kiki. You can find me at Kiki Does Stuff all over the internet, or Kiki Do Stuff here on Twitch. We do some streaming. You can find us Wednesdays at Baldur's Girlies, in which me, maddaloon, and Diana all stream together, in which we do a yassified version of Baldur's Gate. And yeah, I also do some D&D and stuff. Also, the Crit Awards have nominations right now. You should go ahead and vote for your favorite creators.
holy
Don't forget
fuck.
to do that as well.
Unfortunately, you can't vote for us right now. We don't count. But last year,
Yeah.
there were so many
Yeah,
so
incredible
not vote
Whilst we would love
February.
for you
Why
to vote
not?
for
Why
us,
don't we count?
you cannot
As
vote for us.
cutoff
You can
days.
vote
year
for
it
us as
has-
players, but
2023.
not for best series.
Yeah. Next year,
Next
Next
year,
year, though. Next
we're
year.
campaigning.
we'll see.
Awesome. I'm Maddie. You can see me at maddaloon anywhere. I stream sometimes. You can see my schedule there. If you have any questions about the campaign, if you want to know things that I haven't discussed, feel free to ask me there. Or if you have any thoughts, opinions, theories, if you've had a look at the prophecy and you have some ideas, at me on Twitter. I want to see everything. I want to see your thoughts.
At all
I
of
love
us, if you could.
theories.
Please.
Give us.
Yes,
we had
TikTok,
someone who was like
Twitter,
guessing everyone's
Instagram.
subclasses, and they did
Add
a
us.
very
We
good
want
job.
to know.
I want to see all
Yeah.
the theories. Tell us theories about these characters. I want to know. But really quick, massive thank you to Roll with Advantage for sponsoring
Yes.
today's session. Please, we'll put the command in chat again. Head on over there to get some truly awesome, reasonably priced dice. I love them. They rolled me 2 nat 20s tonight that I didn't tell anyone about. But here we are.
Oh.
They didn't even
Okay.
happen. It was great, but it did.
I'm
We
worried
will
about what
see
that
you
means.
Same time next week for another session of Dungeons and Demigods. Stay alive. Love you all. Bye 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 bye.
Bye.